Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, and people from Asia, today the League of Ordinary Gentlemen proudly bring to you the Fantasy Football 5. Introducing Boss of the Law, Bryan Roberts. Not pictured in today's episode. Coach Jake Root. He's not pictured in any episodes because we don't have cameras. Quick wit, slow feet, Ryan Roberson.
Yes, that's him.
Apropos. And JT, the committee.
Yeah. Finally got rid of Jake.
It only took us
Welcome to the new world,
years.
fellas.
We still got his computer, though. Hey. Kind of.
We can actually...
right after Thanksgiving, we got the food from him, got rid of him.
We can actually do a good podcast now.
Think so? We have, no analysis.
No. If you actually need
make
information, it's going to be shit. But
Yeah,
outside of that, you're going to have a good time. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I was playing my butt. You won't let me move my leg up and down.
You weren't moving your leg. He was moving the table.
Well,
Stop
my leg
hitting
was
the
moving
table. I told you. What's the one food Thanksgiving you got to have?
Squash casserole.
Cocaine. What'd you say? Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Green bean casserole.
I feel like I have to go casserole now.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, no.
Because apparently there's some people that we used to work with don't like the casserole.
One of us still works with them.
I love sweet potato casserole. Didn't get any though. Oh man, I brought a honey baked ham gravy, and cheesy au gratin potatoes. Forgot all about the cheesy au gratin potatoes. Didn't get any of them, and they looked fantastic. I was really upset with myself.
I'm sorry, Bubby. You want me to make you some?
No, they're at my parents' house.
You know what I really like? Persimmon pudding.
I'm not mad at it.
You like persimmon pudding?
Yeah.
Dude, I love persimmon pudding. You like persimmon pudding?
Persimmon pudding's all right with me.
It's good. It's good. Didn't get any of that either. Love pumpkin pie. Didn't get any of that either.
Anything pumpkin pie?
There wasn't no pumpkin pie. There was a pecan pie.
How many people did y'all have at your Thanksgiving?
20.
And a horse.
And a horsey.
Yeah, 20.
Bruh?
About 16, 17.
We had 7.
You only combine with ours, we can be bigger than his.
Ha ha! Take that, Roberson connection. Yeah, after the grandparents pass away, it kind of just gets goes our separate ways.
Yeah.
It's just been my immediate family and then Matt and the boys.
Yeah. My grandma got to come home for Thanksgiving. She was in the hospital, and then she had to go to rehab for a couple of weeks, and then insurance kicked her out. But she got to come home. She was happy about that.
Yeah. Sometimes insurance is good.
It was good. It was good Thanksgiving. Hope all y'all had a good Thanksgiving, too.
What's your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving? Leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe.
And click that bell for
notifications. So you'll know when we drop this new video. It's going to be on Saturday.
We need to add the guy that does the scary stories. Talks
Tell in the dark.
Stupid. You know, like, there's this jail over in Austria where people go. Some say they never come back. Have y'all not seen that guy?
No.
Yeah. We need to add him onto this.
No.
You got to.
Justin Herbert for 447 yards this week, 3 touchdowns. Ryan, write that down. That's Brian's bold prediction.
But
seriously, Ryan, write that shit down. That's Brian's bold prediction.
447 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Write it down. Write it down. We haven't even got into fantasy football at all. You already make your first bold prediction.
Just came out.
447 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Big week.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, it wasn't eventful.
I'm going to go ahead and write an X beside that one.
You don't think I do it? I think I do it. They come for snow up there.
I think so.
Think I do it.
Last week was eventful. Last week was eventful. We went to the Panthers game.
We did.
That was fun. They lost, but it was still fun. Had a good time.
Mad.
He should have been.
No. That's not because of the game. Jake bought bottomless popcorn.
Oh my god!
And him and Cody were going to get some beer. Mm-hmm. And Jake said, "Hey man, if you're going down there, you want to give me a refill?" This was with 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Yeah. He got back right before the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, because it's cashless stadium, which makes everything just more complicated because 2 of the machines, their card reading machines, broke. So I'm standing in line for forever. Their popcorn man, he's slacking on the job. So
how hard is it to pop kernels?
I go ahead and get 2 beers. I drink one of them while I'm in line waiting for popcorn.
Did you get another one?
I had another one.
I thought you were getting Cody one.
No,
he was getting Bojangles and a beer.
Okay.
But, yeah, dude. So I make it back right before the third quarter starts. So I missed Cam running that touchdown.
And then he wanted a beer, but he didn't want to go down and get it. The beer guy was coming up the steps, and he sells his last beer before he gets up to us.
I just couldn't win for losing.
That's why you got to get your little bottle of bleach.
No, dude.
At the janitor, get you a nice concoction.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Don't do that again.
I ain't doing that again. Then we did stop at China Buffet on the way home, and we went in this time.
That last time when he said, I don't want to go inside, like, why not? Because I just want to sit down, you know. I'm like, they're going to let you sit down in the restaurant. Yeah, but I want to have something to drink, you know, because I don't want to get dehydrated. Like, you can get drinks in there. You know what? I'm just more comfortable sitting in here. All right, we'll go to the drive-thru.
I was gone, man. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't drink liquor.
Or bleach.
Or bleach anymore. All right, so let's jump into these matchups from last week. Ryan, what was that first matchup?
It was Scorp and Broach.
Scorp v. Broach. We had a original projection 112 to 141. The final 94
Dang!
to 155 in favor of the Scorpion King, who remains in first place. 155, and his quarterback put up 2.6.
Yep.
But you
When
look
you
at the rest
scroll
of the
down
squad.
to that defense.
Yeah, dude, your defense puts up 31, and that's not even your highest score. Justin Jefferson had 33, and then some solid games from pretty much everybody throughout the lineup, except for Dak.
Yeah.
Which, again, I thought that game was going to be back and forth. And it was, but just not the way I...
He could do no wrong last
Now,
week.
hold on a second, boys.
Yeah, let's hear it.
If we have a matchup that we think is going to be a barn burner, everybody's going to score, it's going to be a high-scoring game, let's just not mention it.
Because nobody scores. Not during those
Last week was Chiefs-Cowboys.
Week before that was
Seattle and Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those games, not so nice to the fantasy. So,
not at all.
Not just not
at all.
Not call those yet.
Justin
Now
Jefferson,
that Jets-Texans game is going to be a high
barn burner. Justin Jefferson with his highest output of the season with 33, led Scorp's team. New England's defense has been hot.
Like Hansel.
Past 5 weeks, dude, they are the lowest amount of points they've scored is 16. Having that from your defense is pretty solid. They do have a bye coming up in week 14, which that is the last
first week of the playoffs, right?
Nah,
15, 16, 17.
So that's the last week before
old habits die
playoffs.
hard.
And I play Scorp that week. At least he's got them on bye.
Okay.
I'm just thinking ahead.
Yeah,
ahead.
That's the first real catch of the day.
Dalvin Cook, solid game, 21.
Yeah.
And Deontay Johnson with 19, Mike Evans with 17, Najee with 14, which is a little bit low for him, but
I mean, he played a dominant defense. They did not run the ball at all against the Chargers, which makes no sense because everybody runs and runs effectively against them. And then he went out for possible concussion, went to the tent, and went back to the locker room, and then came back out and scored his little touchy down.
that was the barn burner, 37-41.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and then the Minnesota Green Bay game.
Yeah, 34-31.
Which he had pieces in both of those games.
Yeah, he has two.
Two Pittsburgh.
He has two Pittsburgh and then two
Minnesota.
And that's how you get a 155.
He's doubled up pretty much everywhere. He really is.
He's got two Eagles.
He's got two
two
Cowboys.
Steelers.
He just didn't start. He started Goddard over Schultz. His whole team is pretty much doubled up.
Still waiting on David Montgomery.
David Montgomery was the fantasy hero of last season. I just don't think they got the line for him to be that stud that he was last year.
They don't have anything.
They really don't, dude. They look bad. Detroit got beat them. Detroit probably should have beat them.
Detroit should have beat Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. But Detroit just can't figure anything out. From a coaching standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint.
Saw this stat. Jared Goff
Okay.
has not won a single game in the pros without Sean McVay. He was like 0-7 with Jeff Fisher, and he's 0-10-1 with Dan Campbell. You would think you throw one win out there.
Yeah, like you just have a
accidentally.
game.
Yeah.
Wow.
He hasn't.
That's a good stat.
It is.
Very good
Not for
stat.
him.
No, not for him. Looking at Broach's team, old Magic Mike. One of the Mikes bounced back last week. Mike Williams
Had a good game.
Yeah,
On
had
one play.
18.2.
He was like 4 for 40, I think, and then had like a 40 or 50-yard touchdown with 2 minutes to go to win the game.
Yeah, that's his best game since week 5.
Yeah, he's.
He struggled.
Keenan
after
Allen
that.
came out and said, he said, "Hey, you know what the secret is to our offense? Get Mike Dubb the ball."
Who's Mike Dubb?
Mike Williams.
Oh, Mike Williams, yes.
Mike W.
Yes,
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
And then Keenan proceeded to get like 12 or 13 targets.
So your wide receiver came out and said, "Stop throwing me the football."
No, he just said you need to get the other guy involved too. But if you're throwing 40 times a game, 20 for each, who cares?
Broach's team was led by Tua Tagovailoa. You know how I feel about Tua.
You like
JT
Tua.
likes to.
Like Tua.
JT does like Tua.
Had 21, just missed his projection, but that was the leading score for Broach, 21. Mike Williams, 18.2. DJ Moore with 13.5. On the receiving end of Cam Newton's first, I guess, starting.
Yeah,
passing
first start.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
First touchdown in his first start back with the Panthers. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
That was worded beautifully.
Thank you.
The third time.
Thank you. Nobody else on Broach's team scored in double digits.
Nope.
Yeah, David Montgomery looked a little rough. Antonio Gibson had a decent game, just didn't get in the end zone. He had 95 rushing yards.
Yeah. Oh no, he was running all
Yeah,
over.
he looked good. Damian Harris 7, Gesicki 7.5, Michael Pittman 3.3, and then Pittsburgh's D9.
Michael Pittman didn't have to do anything. That was Jonathan Taylor scoring 5 times. It was like, just keep giving him the ball.
Right.
Stupid Taylor.
They beat the crap out of Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Buffalo needed that win Thursday night bad, dude. They needed
yes.
that bad. They
Yes.
got it, but
Pittsburgh put up 9 and gave up 41 points. That's impressive.
block kick, man. Block kick, 2 sacks and a pick. That block kick's 5 points right there. Boom.
Boom.
You probably lose points on the
The thing that pissed me off
Point
was
total.
there was a penalty on the first punt, and it was a boomer. And then they redid it, and they put, "Hey, we blocked on the last one. We don't need to block on this one."
Well, let's look at their benches. Kirk Cousins would have been the better start over Tua with 31.
Yeah.
Gronk had 10.
He looked good.
Yeah, Gronk did look good. He's rostering 3 quarterbacks. I just noticed.
You
Got Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, and Tua.
dude, Wilson. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, Tua goes on bye week 14. Cousins has already had his bye, and Russell Wilson is struggling. So
Yeah, so
it's one of those things where he wants to drop Russell Wilson, but its name value has too much weight, so he probably can't drop
for
it.
sure. And
The
then
thing is, he's going to leave him on his bench, and then Wilson's going to go for 30-some points. And then
But
then
if
he's
he-
going to want to start him.
Yeah, but if it's on his bench, somebody else couldn't pick him up and start him against him, I guess. I don't
True.
know.
He was without Alvin Kamara, which definitely hurt because that's a 15 to 18 projection right there.
Yeah.
And then Jerry Jeudy was on bye, which I don't know if he would have started Jeudy. Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Maybe over Damian Harris. I just think it's hard to start.
Harris going against Atlanta.
I know that's just.
You can't do it. You
But-
can't do it.
And then Zach Moss, who was a healthy scratch on Thursday night, was also on his bench.
Borderline healthy scratch in that game. Half a point.
Yeah, had half a point, 5 rush yards. Let's see what else for Scorp. He had 13 on the bench for Philly. That's pretty much it. Miles Sanders had 94 rush yards, lost a fumble, but pretty good game.
He was
back
still
for
on his
him.
ear.
That hurt.
Still on his hour, I think.
Yeah, he couldn't have started him because
Yeah.
he's still in the IR. Yeah,
Right.
Ear. That always gets me because I'm thinking EAR.
It's a Spanish word.
Is it a word?
Mhm.
What is it? What does it mean?
Ear.
IR?
Mhm.
What does it mean?
Ear.
In English.
Don't look at
No,
me,
boss.
man.
Does it really?
No.
Well, then what is it? That's what
I
I'm
can't
asking.
remember. I think it's a
You do know we
Go
take you
or
literal
something.
things like that.
You
He would
say you
have
know
that
something. I imagine that you're telling me the truth, Ryan. All right. Well,
It
you
means
look.
to go. Okay, so I was right. It means to go.
That's nothing to do with a lobe, though.
No, nothing at all.
Because it's earlobe. Lobos. I was just going. I was rolling with it. Spitballing.
Lobos? That's Spanish.
I know.
For wolves.
Okay. Earlobe. Lobos.
Hey, Mexican.
Is it really Spanish for wolves?
Mhm.
Lobos?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The WNBA player. Rebecca Lobo. Rebecca Wolf.
I don't know any.
You don't remember?
I don't know any WNBA
She played in like the
players.
early 2000s.
Oh, Bryan. Next thing you want to talk about
I know of
soccer.
like 3.
Oh, man, you seen West Ham United lately? They are really putting the ball in the net.
So that takes Scorp to 9-2, still remaining in first place, and it drops Magic Mike to 6-5 and in 4th. All right, next matchup.
Next
Bryan.
one, Bryan versus Michael.
All right, so week 11, Bryan versus Michael. Close matchup.
Down to the end.
It was very close matchup. We had Victim of the System versus I'm Immunized. Original projection 130 to 105. Bryan just squeaks it out with 121 versus 116. Bryan, you had a pretty good day from DeAndre Swift. 21.1 led your team.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Thoughts?
He did good.
You had a solid week all the way around, man. Saquon 8.6 and Buffalo with 0. That's your lowest scores. That 0 does hurt because they were projected 13. But I mean, Saquon, he got half his projection.
Yeah, well, the
So-
offensive coordinator got fired because of it, so hopefully there's a
True.
change this week.
And he needed, 4 points for you to win on Monday night? And
Yeah.
you got double that. So.
Yeah, so now you got what you
It took
needed.
a sweet time getting those points.
You got what you needed, though.
Yeah.
The rest of your team, in double digits: Thielen, Chase, Landry, Knox, McLaurin. Just good week all the way around.
How open
was
was McLaurin a lot in that game when y'all were there? Was he open a lot?
Yeah, well, we kept getting them to 3rd and long, and then we would do a prevent defense.
And
he was
then-
just running right across the middle.
Yeah,
I
Heineke would
felt-
roll out, and
Dude, Heineke was the
Heineke-
best quarterback in football last
he
night.
looked good, man. He looked
Somebody-
really good.
It was early in the season I said that I had heard an analyst say he was a poor man's Brett Favre, and you got mad at me.
I believe it.
That's
He
his-
looked good.
when
he
man.
was slinging that ball everywhere.
When he's playing well, that's his play style. That's exactly how he looked when he played Tampa Bay in the playoffs last year and almost
Yeah.
beat them.
Yeah, dude, he was under pressure.
Oh, a
At
lot.
least 85% of that game,
He
and it
kept-
didn't phase him.
No, he kept
I
rolling out.
like Heineke a lot. It's just that
He's good.
he
man.
has one option to throw
Just want
to.
to get you to like Heineken. And we can do ourselves a podcast.
Oh yeah. Heineken's not that good though.
Don't matter. He's drinking alcohol.
I'm not.
I'm not drinking alcohol, Mom.
Mom,
Does your mom
Does your
listen to
mom
this?
listen to
No,
this?
she doesn't.
Because, it's a little late on my end, but still. I told my mom she had to stop listening.
My brother listens.
Is he Asian?
No.
Okay.
He's a guy though.
Well, he could have been a gal, so it would have worked.
He's my brother, so he's a guy.
Okay.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know. I'm just was talking about
We're
listeners.
just spitballing,
Just throwing it out there.
There's multiple genders, JT.
One of our 11 subscribers, hopefully. Has he got that bell on?
I don't know.
Does he subscribe? Is he one of those
I
people
don't
that
know.
listens but doesn't subscribe? Because I hate those people. Turn into a subscriber and I love you.
All right, looking at the other side of the matchup, we got I'm Immunized, led by Jalen Hurts with 30.
Big game.
Big game. He had to start Hurts last week because Jackson was out, but ended up being a good start. 3 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. Devontae Adams with 27 looked good as
Did not-
Green Bay kind of bounced back
I was about to say,
offensively.
Didn't look good in the first half at all. Green Bay was playing terrible. I was excited because I was playing Rodgers, and then all of a sudden that second half happened, and
Yeah.
Rodgers remembered that Adams was on his team, and Devontae Adams took over.
Yeah, dude. The only thing I know from those 1 o'clock games is obviously the Panthers game and then Jonathan Taylor scoring 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because I just kept getting notifications. Touchdown.
He kept
touchdown,
showing on the
touchdown,
daggum video board.
Yeah. I mean, that's about all I know from the 1 o'clock games. Zach Ertz with 24 was his 3rd highest score.
God,
No other.
scored twice, right?
Yeah, scored
Pissing
twice.
me
8
off.
receptions, 88 yards for 2 touchdowns.
he wouldn't stop.
I know.
He would not stop.
James Conner got stopped at the 1, and he got Zach Ertz got the touchdown. Wasn't very happy about it, but yeah, I mean, Colt McCoy. I mean, am I right?
Am I right?
Hook him.
Yeah.
Hook him. Man, it is.
That's a big win for them against Seattle, division win.
Yeah.
Sure. You could keep out. They said Kyler was probably okay to play,
Mhm.
but they said because they had their bye in week 12, go ahead and sit him out another week. And Colt
Yeah.
McCoy, 2-1? in the games that Kyler's missed.
Yeah.
So Kyler's out 4 weeks counting the bye, and Colt McCoy brought him 2-1. That's all you can ask for, backup.
Yeah. You're saying all the right things.
Truth bombs here.
This guy gets it.
He does.
This guy gets it.
The rest of Michael's team just underperformed.
Doo-doo! He had 3 players.
Yeah, he had 3 guys put up, 24 plus. Outside of that was really all Michael had. If he has a good game by any one of those other players, then
if Jamal Agnew doesn't have his hip,
say
Agnew. Did you see that? He was an agony.
That's good.
Did you see the
That's
hit?
good.
That's That's how you do
They've been practicing that.
That's
man.
how you do a
He's practicing that in the
switcheroo on an
mirror.
injury right there.
He said, "I'm gonna get him with this one. I'm gonna get him with this
It looked nasty.
I don't like y'all anymore.
one." What I do?
You're encouraging.
That was good. That was clever. Quick wit over here.
Slow feet.
Slow feet. Quick wit.
Quick.
Then he lost Michael Carter as well in
Yeah.
that game. And then Alex Collins just isn't that good.
Is Alex Collins. Yeah.
He's just not very
He
good.
is who we thought he was.
But he did start Cole Kmet in his flex tight end over Jacoby Myers.
Which would have still not won him the game, but
Made it
a
really
lot
close.
closer.
He's been hurt by injuries, though, man. Like AB being out, Will Fuller's been out for a while, which I guess so is AB. Calvin Ridley, again, you don't really know what's going on there.
And then, like we said last week, starting running backs coming back eliminates Booker's effectiveness and Chuba Hubbard's.
Yeah, Chuba Hubbard didn't even. I don't think I ever saw him on the field.
I think Royce Freeman's just his backup now, right?
Abdullah got a couple carries.
Abdullah.
Abdullah got a
Abdullah,
majority.
that's right.
Yeah, Abdullah is.
I think Hubbard's just strictly a return man now for the most part.
Dude, I didn't see him. He didn't have a carry or any catch, anything. Target, nothing.
So he didn't get a touch.
No touches.
Okay.
No touches. That's what I was getting at.
No touching. Floor's lava. Next matchup.
Good. All right, so that takes Indiana's Michael Smith to 6-5 and in 5th, and old
1, 2,
balls
3,
to
4,
the wall.
5th.
Bryan Roberson, 2nd place with 92.
Bryan Roberson, huh?
I said Bryan Roberts.
In.
Ian, 2nd place.
This
at
green class all over
92.
again.
All right, next matchup, Ryan.
JT Jordon.
Won't do that for so long.
JT.
Oh, he finally pulled the trigger.
All right. So the original projection was 128 to 117 in favor of the cult of personality. The final 85 to 107 in favor of WFT. No dot 21 football. Respect. Red dot, yellow dot, feather, flag.
Attaboy.
I don't think he even has a feather and flag. I just add that in there.
I think he got the feather on there.
Does he have the feather?
Yeah,
I think.
and I'm sure he represents a flag.
Without the L.
Easy, big guy.
Easy run.
Jordan's team's better than mine. Next
Jordan?
matchup.
Were you serious when we say Jordan has the ability to, anytime he has a matchup, that person's got a very good chance of scoring under 100?
Yep.
Happens a lot.
I had 3 players in double digits. And
There was one. He did it that first year, and then it just continued. Just every year.
I don't
How?
understand it.
How?
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
I mean, how's he do it?
I don't know.
oh, he scores more points than the opposition.
That's not it. It's just everybody has a bad week against Jordan.
He
Is
plays
he-
good. He plays good fantasy defense.
Which I don't even know how you do that.
I don't either.
He does it year in and year out.
He does.
It's not like just a luck of a schedule.
And then you breathe in, you breathe out.
Ooh, get some.
Hands up, hands down.
Huh?
What?
Are you not singing Bush?
No.
No.
You said breathe in, breathe out. I think Bush.
Hands up, hands down. Back up, back
Rolling.
up.
Oh, I think.
Limp Bizkit.
Nah. You say breathe in, breathe out. I think.
When I say breathe in, breathe out, I think Chris Cagle.
Mm.
With the song literally called I Breathe In, I Breathe Out.
I think Machine Head.
But I saw the clip this morning. But
Tom Brady put up 23.
there was a clip this morning of
2-8.
the Kramer version of rolling. With the hands up, hands down, and then it shows rolling. He's putting the paint roller with the black paint on
Oh,
it, painting over
yeah,
the white
that's
lines on the
good.
road.
That's good.
That's a good clip.
Water lanes.
Luxury lanes.
Indeed.
Yeah, Tom Brady with 23. He was actually led by Elijah Moore with 25.6. Elijah Moore had a big game against Miami.
Big.
Big game.
Was that that was Joe Flacco too, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That was. And that was
That
hard
was
to predict just because you don't know how good Joe Flacco is anymore.
He's not. Unless you talk to Dalton and he's a Hall of Famer.
You think Joe
'Cause he-
Flacco gets in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
Did you see the Hall of
He had
Fame
5 good games in his career,
And they all
happened to be in the playoffs.
of 2012?
Go ahead, bud.
I don't know, 2012 maybe? 2013? 14?
I think it was 12.
It was one of those. But yeah, he had a good run, and then he got paid.
And then everybody else on his team had to leave the team because he got paid.
To that team photo.
That team
photo with him by
was
himself was
perfect,
great.
dude. That team, that's perfect. Stephon Diggs was 16.3, 2 touchdowns for Jordon. Mark Andrews, 8 receptions, 73 yards. And then Tampa's D looked good against the Giants, which obviously you would expect.
And everybody else was under 5.
And everybody else was under 5. Yep, I had Kenny Galladay getting a touchdown. No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll go over those in a second.
Not a good week.
I don't know. I just haven't looked.
Oh, okay.
My ball prediction's been terrible. McCaffrey did
JT
good.
has focused all of his energy on picks. We'll get to that later, too.
All of his energy. McCaffrey did good outside of that.
Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle had 16. He had a rushing touchdown, 8 receptions, 65 yards. No big deal.
Tried to give you Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes.
Is Josh Jacobs broken?
What do you mean?
He hasn't looked good.
He looked good against Dallas
Last night or
on
Thursday.
Thursday night or Thursday afternoon. He looked good then.
Okay.
He's one of those guys where he's good if you give him the ball a lot. Like he's a volume guy.
And so he has to get the volume.
Yeah, he's not an efficiency guy.
Okay.
Like you're not going to give him 12 carries and he's going to average 5-6 yards a carry. He's not going to do that.
I feel like going into last year, like, this guy could be a top 5 running back, and it just
he's a volume guy, and they've started giving the ball more out of the backfield, like little dump down receptions.
I feel like Kenyon Drake's just completely phased out of the offense now.
And he looked good for like 3 weeks, man.
Yeah,
he looked really good after they fired Gruden. Like
right.
It's like Kenyon Drake. It's like, okay, this dude's all right.
He's
We're
got
gonna
a
give him the
shot.
ball. It's the highest paid backup in the league. Might as well see what he's got.
We need Jake back.
We are back. We are getting Jake back. Finished practice already, please.
I ain't got nothing else to say about my team. Good win, Jordan.
Good job, buddy.
So that takes Jordan to 5-6 and then 7th, and it drops the Colder personality to 2-9 and remaining in 9th place.
Sure.
Next matchup.
Me versus the Andrew.
Another close one.
Very close one.
Shut up.
All right. So we had Learning to Walk Again.
Yes.
Versus the Fantasy Phenoms.
Learning to walk, yeah.
Original projection 124 to 137. Final 122 to 120.9 in favor of Rand's Diddy Ball. Led by a huge game from Rodgers with 41.5, 4 touchdowns, 385 passing yards, 21 rush yards. Very good game in a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb, 21.4, 130 rush yards and a receiving touchdown. And Darren Waller with 7 catches, 116 yards. That was his highest scores.
And then Godwin got a touchdown.
Left out Godwin. Yep. Godwin caught a touchdown, 16.2. He had 2 positions that were pretty bad. Marcus Johnson
played for the same team.
Goose egg, and then Tennessee's defense against Houston. Dude, I can't figure out Tennessee. I don't think they're going to be good come playoffs unless they have Henry, because I don't think they have the offense to keep up with some of these other.
Well, they've lost Henry and A.J. Brown and Julio Jones.
True.
And their number 1 wide receiver going into this game was Marcus Johnson, who also went out very early in the game. So it was basically Tannehill throwing to Ferkshire.
Yep.
And
For sure.
Westbrook, Amine, whatever that hyphenated name is.
I don't know.
First part of that hyphenated Westbrook.
Westbrook.
So,
Okay.
Tennessee had no offense at all. And they just ran into Tyrod, who's a stud.
Tyrod is a stud.
They didn't have anything, dude. They didn't have a sack. They didn't have a pick, fumble, nothing. They just gave up points, dude. Gave up 22 to Houston. And Houston is
doo-doo
bad. They're not the worst in the NFL, but they're just bad. They are bad. Like, they do not have a running game at all. They don't really have much of a passing game.
What? Rex Burkhead, my man?
I like Rex Burkhead all right, but
he got like
if
20
that's
carries last week.
But if that's your number 1, man,
You got problems.
yeah. And they cut Phil Lindsay.
Yeah, who I think's in Miami now.
Well, I don't know. Look at
Okay.
me.
Thanks, Bryan.
I'm not the Miami guy. He's the Miami guy.
He's a Patrick Lindsay guy, though. You're the Philip Lindsay guy.
That's true. That's you, big guy.
How am I Philip Lindsay guy?
How am I Clyde Edwards-Helaire guy? Because I drafted him one time. I've never drafted Philip Lindsay. All right, back to you, Bob.
Okay. For Ryan's team, dude, you had a nice.
I had a good week from everybody but quarterback.
Yeah.
No, the difference in the matchups: 41 from Rodgers and 10 from Carr.
Yeah, dude. If Carr plays decent, you win this matchup, and I don't think it's that close.
I should have known, though. Since they're by Carr's put up 10, 22, 10, and then Thursday put up 23.
Yeah. They look good on Thursday. Dude, your team's solid, man. All the way through.
I need Kyler. It's very evident I need Kyler.
Coming back this week?
Yes. Well, no, he's on bye this week.
Yeah.
But week 13, he's coming back, yeah. So, as soon as he comes back, I feel a lot better about my team because if you put just 20 or 30 for Kyler, which he was basically averaging, that puts my total up from 120 to 130, 140. If I put up 130, 140 every week, I'm happy.
And you had nothing.
See happy face. Don't
you had nothing on
Don't do the happy noise?
Don't do that.
Oh, no, I started the optimum lineup, but it was just
Yeah, Ramsey left some points on the bench, though. He left 17.1 from Gaskin. It's just hard to know when to start him.
yeah, it's
left 17 there and left 12 from Dallas. But, again, like you're thinking Tennessee playing Houston, that's got to be the right start.
and Tennessee
he did all the right things.
Like, it was like a 5-week span where Tennessee shut down the Rams, the Chiefs, the Cardinals. They just had a bunch of games where they played dominant offense and they shut them down. Then you play that juggernaut in Houston. Boy, howdy.
And then Tyrod Taylor, man.
I think he had 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Tyrod is good.
Think so?
Tyrod and Bridgewater is one of those things. Like
I'm a strong believer in Tyrod Taylor.
They're not going to derail your team. They're not going to lift your team to a championship or anything like that.
Virginia Tech guy.
So you like him because he's Virginia Tech?
Never bothered me.
You know what quarterback I don't like from Virginia Tech besides Marcus Vick?
Who? I was going to say Marcus Vick.
Who?
Logan Thomas.
He was a quarterback?
Yeah.
Really?
If you'd watch college football, you'd know these things.
That's all right. He's a tight end in the NFL, so why don't I even know that he played quarterback?
You know who else played quarterback that you do like? That didn't play quarterback in
Who?
the Julian Edelman.
I did know that. I did know that.
You know who else?
Who?
Sidney Rice played a little bit of quarterback.
South Carolina?
At South Carolina.
I knew that.
Did Cornbread play quarterback?
No, he played power forward.
Oh, okay. That's it.
I used to watch college football.
You watched it one time. He was pulling for Notre Dame against Alabama in the championship game. Alabama beat the dog shit.
I watched that whole season, dude. I watched that whole season.
They got a chance to make the playoffs this year.
It's been spoiled.
You know what else got spoiled?
What?
Man, I tell you, I was showing up for his prom date. She wasn't there.
Dude, that hurt, man. That hurt.
I know. How do you think it felt?
You didn't even try to defend it, did you?
What can you? What can you, dude?
You can't.
You just okay. That's
He's got a visible girlfriend.
all right. So that takes learning to walk again.
It's hard to just say.
Yeah, and you can't just say it.
If there is a song.
Learning to walk again.
Takes him to 4 and 7th, holding down 8th, the 2-game lead.
4 and 7th.
4 and 7, and in 8th with a 2-game lead, and it drops Ryan to 5 and 6,
You're
and in
for
6.
4th and 7th.
Next matchup, Ryan.
So matchup of the week, we had Jake and Rightmyer.
There we go. This was a very good matchup. Did not expect it to be this close after Jonathan Taylor's big game, which we'll talk about just in a second. The original projection, 133 to 128 in favor of Jake. The final, 157 to 149.
They blew that out to what?
Again, in favor of Jake. All right, looking at this, dude, it comes down
to the CD Lamb injury.
It might, dude. It might come down to that CD Lamb injury. Either that CD Lamb injury or
the two best running backs in fantasy left right now, going head to head.
Yeah, dude. 56 and 38. Austin Eckler had a great game.
Just imagine you got a running back that puts up 38, and you're like, well, man, he got outscored in his matchup almost 20.
Dude, he had 4 touchdowns?
Eckler did. He had 3 on the ground and 1 in the air.
Dude, they had 9 touchdowns combined
Oh,
by
that was a
their
hell of a
top
matchup, man.
RBs.
Yeah.
What in the world, dude?
Stupid.
You're right, dude. If CD Lamb doesn't get hurt, it's probably Rightmyer's game, dude. You had 40 from Justin Herbert.
He put up 56 points. Everything I've never been. Bishop Sankey was the guy I was most wrong about. Now it's Taylor.
Yeah, he told me at the beginning of the year, he said, dude, I've never, ever thought about drafting Jonathan Taylor. I just don't see it.
I've wanted him the past 2 years. Just watching him at Wisconsin, like, this dude is a freak.
And
Jake hasn't even really fought me on it. He's just like, fine.
Yeah, I'll take
And
it.
he's like, okay, I'll have him both of his years.
Is he number 1 pick next year's fantasy draft?
No.
I'm not going to be upset if anybody does.
Who is?
People in our league are still going to take CMC, especially when they get a new quarterback.
All right, let's go with the guy.
You talking about me?
Yeah, if you got the first pick next year, are you taking number 1? Are you going to prove this theory right?
I am going to prove his theory right. Dude, McCaffrey's a solid 20 every single week, man.
McCaffrey don't put up 56 fucking points.
He hasn't scored as much as he has, but his floor is so high.
And he's got back-to-back injury seasons.
So he's due for a 9.
I would honestly, if you're asking me right now, I would.
I'm asking you
I
right
would
now.
probably still put Henry number 1.
He doesn't
still
catch the
put
ball.
Henry number 1.
He's never gone number
He's
1.
never gone number 1.
I'm saying, yeah, for next year.
I
Henry was my top guy going in before the injury. I would put Henry number 1. I put Taylor number 2, and I put McCaffrey number 3. Either way, top 3 draft, top 4.
Is Kareem Hunt? Is he signed for another year? Or is this his last year into that
I
deal?
don't know, but I've been talking about it for years. For the past 2 years, I want to see Nick Chubb.
'Cause
'Cause I feel like Nick Chubb is the most talented runner in the game. I've said it all season, but it's just he doesn't get the chance to have the full workload.
Because that could be pretty interesting.
Kareem Hunt goes to another team.
He didn't get that chance
to
Miami.
All right, so he goes to Miami. Does he put his production? Does it go way up?
Who, Kareem Hunt or Nick
Yeah.
Chubb's?
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt, a top 10 running back on a different team.
I think he's top.
He's
20.
probably.
I think he's top
15.
20.
Yeah.
15. I think that's the.
So he's a 4th, 5th round draft pick.
Who, Kareem Hunt? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
4th,
depends on where he
maybe.
goes. If he's go to Miami, I mean, I think that's actually a pretty good fit.
Yeah.
He'll end up in Atlanta. His whole career will go downhill.
I don't know, maybe.
What a matchup, though.
Yeah, but
Seriously?
Eckler versus Taylor. I mean, that was any other week. Eckler is the talk of the week. Like he's the stud, and then it's like, yeah, you know what? Nah.
I mean, look at it. You look at this from the other way, though.
Look at it.
A guy has a running back put up 56. Has a wide receiver put up 20.
Darnell Mooney, out of all receivers on his team, Darnell Mooney.
And he still only wins by single digits.
And he had Joe Mixon put up 24.
In a stud week, yeah. In a stud week.
But Tannehill let him down. Zeke let him down.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown let him down.
He put up 157 in his top
Dude, if he
quarterback and
had-
top wide receiver both
If he
on
had
by.
Stafford and Cup go last week, he
Yeah.
probably would top 200.
Yeah,
Probably so.
yeah. And A.J. Brown wouldn't have left with an injury.
Boy's dangerous.
And then Kyle Pitts just can't figure it out, man.
Right,
It's not,
Myers-
I don't think it's Kyle Pitts' fault. I think
It's not.
more of
Defenses
the-
are taking away Kyle Pitts and, hey, somebody else beat us because you don't have Ridley, you don't have Patterson, they don't have anybody else to beat him.
Right.
I had a bold prediction on that.
We'll
get to it.
We'll get to
that. But we did talk about Scorp having that Minnesota stack, got him a ton of points.
Yeah.
Rightmyer had the Charger stack we've been talking about.
Charger stack.
40, 15, and 38 from those three fellers.
The NWO Wolfpack of Rightmyer's fantasy football team is very good.
The NWO Wolfpack. I like it.
It is. It's very good.
And what's wolf in Spanish?
Why would it be the Wolfpack, though? Because that was 4.
That's the Four Horsemen.
No, there were 4 in the original Wolfpack.
Yeah, well, so the original Rightmyer fantasy team this year was the NWO.
That's the NWO now. Because they got 3, and that's what the original NWO was. It was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan.
Get a little tough.
I mean, I understand you choked up when you talk about old Nasher.
It's a new NWO, which was the Wolfpack.
But the Wolfpack had 4. It was Nash, Hall, Sting, and Luger.
Okay. I'm saying it's just a whole new team. He's got a whole new team.
I think you could do better. If you're going to drop a wrestling reference, I think you could be better.
If there were no such thing as wrestling groups that had 3 fellers in it, then yeah.
Legacy. But only 2 of them panned out. All right. So that takes Rightmyer, keeps him in 10th at 1-10 after he puts up 149 because Jake has Jonathan Taylor who puts up 56 points. That takes Jake to 8-3 and in third place. And we
Bang on, boys.
are in
Week
the
12.
last stretch.
All right. Well, wrapping up week 11, we got pick updates and we got bold prediction.
All right, let's hear them.
So, pick updates. Bryan, Jake, Ryan had all 5 games the exact same. We all went 2-3. JT had 3 games different from us. He went 5-0 yet again.
It's ridiculous.
So last 5 weeks, I think 5. We'll say starting with week 7. Week 7 picks JT 4-1. Week 8 picks JT 5-0. Week 9 picks JT 5-0. Week 10 picks 4-1. Week 11 picks 5-0.
Thank you.
Which brings the season totals: JT 40-15, Ryan 34-21, Jake 33-22, and Bryan at 26-29.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to end up? You think you'll end up over 500?
I'm just trying to get 500, man.
I think you can do it.
All right, bold predictions.
Dude, I missed
Somebody gets some stats up.
I missed
Ryan says Najee Harris 150 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. That was
Nope.
wrong. JT says Mike Gesicki scores a touchdown.
Nope.
Wrong. Bryan says hope Saquon stays healthy.
He did.
Yep.
Good job, Bryan. JT says Saquon 98 combined yards and a touchdown.
No.
Nope.
Nope. The group says Devontae Adams over 20 points. JT and Ryan right. And then Jake and Bryan said under, so that's 2 checks for those
27.
guys, 2 X's for those guys. JT says Galladay first touchdown catch of the season.
Nope.
Nope. JT also says Darrell Williams single-digit fantasy points.
Yep.
All right. JT says Nick Chubb best running back fantasy week. Did he beat?
Did
he outscore Jonathan Taylor?
He had a good week, but it wasn't that good.
Again, second best.
Ryan
that's
says
third.
Mark Ingram scores 2 touchdowns. Wrong. All right, group. The Dak pass attempts.
Oh.
Look that one up because we got numbers.
What we say?
I said 41. Bryan, you said 36. Jake said 32, and JT said 31.
All right.
It was a terrible game.
Terrible game, but we went on pass attempts. So I got to
Yeah.
go into this. Where's the stats?
All right, while you're looking that one up, Bryan said Jake's running backs outscore Rightmyer's by 12. I don't know what 58.
I think so.
I don't know.
All right, Dak threw 43 times.
Suckers! I said 41, so that was the highest, so I win.
Okay.
Take
very
that. I'm
excited.
I only get a couple of these right at a time. Actually, the only 2 I've gotten right, I think, in the last 3 weeks were when every single one of us picked something and we just
And
go
then we
over
went
and
over
under.
and under.
Yeah. Bryan said Jake's running backs 12 over Rightmyer. Did we find that out?
66 roughly for Jake.
He got it because they had Joe Mixon get 24.
50. I didn't count that.
Oh,
Yeah, the flex. I think it was just running back for this.
because they both
66
had.
to 50, 16, roughly.
Okay, so I mean it's close.
But you add in the flexes,
If the flexes-
which both of them were running backs.
So it was Mixon and
Robinson.
So
So I
Jake
think-
outscored him by more than 12.
Yeah,
So
I
good
think
job.
you got that.
Well done.
Good job,
and
Bryan.
then,
Thank you.
oh man,
What was this one?
Bryan and JT said Detroit gets first win of the season this week. Is that the new Jacoby Myers?
It's going to be, well, I wanna
It
look
can't
what
be
the-
this week.
It
'cause they
can't be
already
this
lost
week.
on
They already
Thursday.
played.
Yeah, but I got to see what they got for the rest of the year.
All right. We'll keep a look on that.
Yeah. All right, next we got Waiver Wire Wrap Up. It was basically I spent some money and Jake picked up a defense. So I picked up Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots for $8. Picked up Carson Wentz from the Colts, I think for $5. And then Jake picked up Chicago's defense for $1.
Yeah, you only had bids on Stevenson, which Ramsey, he's got no money to spend.
Yeah.
So he put a zero offer in on Stevenson, and then Jake got Chicago for $1 over you and Magic Mike, who both put in $0 bids.
Yep. I put in like 7 bids.
A lot of moves in the aftermath of our Fab acquisitions.
Shady.
And then I guess, hold on, Bryan, you picked up Robbie Anderson for $5?
Mm-hmm.
Was that after the original?
Yeah, that was after the original.
Okay,
You
I
picked
didn't
up-
get I didn't write that one down.
Yeah, you're good. There was no other offers on it, just Bryan. A lot of moves by Mikkel, a lot of moves by Jordon, several by Bryan's. In, I guess, between the 20, what's the 25th? Was that Wednesday? Was that Thursday?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wednesday?
What's today? 27th?
Today's the 27th.
Yeah.
So between Wednesday and Thursday, dude, waiver wire got ravaged.
Yeah.
Largely by Mikkel, Jordon, and I said Bryan, but you only picked up Robbie Anderson.
Man, I was waiting for Mark Ingram because they were talking about it. He was going to play. Kamara wasn't. And then they said, like, Jay Glazer came out, I think, Wednesday night, said it was going to be uphill battle for Mark Ingram to play. I was like, all right, that's fine. They're going to announce that on Thursday, and I'll put him in my IR, go pick up somebody. We ended up starting to play a basketball game with my nephews on Thanksgiving night.
How'd you do?
Totally. We won, obviously. It was an 8-foot goal. It was
Who was on your team?
me and Caden.
Okay. Who's on the other team?
Well, it actually started out me, Colton, Caden, and my mom versus Matt, my dad, and Brittany.
Who'd you guard?
Whoever had the ball. It ended up being 2-on-2. It was me and Caden versus my mom and Colton, and we won.
Who'd you guard?
Whoever had the ball. Because Caden, he would be guarding the person with the ball, and then as soon as that person got the ball, he would run and guard the other person. So he didn't want to be the person that was getting blamed.
Lockdown defender over here.
So, yeah. But
good
we
strategy.
had fun, and I totally forgot, and I left my phone inside, and that announcement happened, and I totally disregarded.
You're spending time with fans.
Yeah, and then my dad's a Cowboys fan, so we
Get
started
the
watching.
price on that.
Yeah, we started watching the
$500.
Cowboys game. Yeah, $500, whatever. Thanks, Dad and Mom. Yeah, started watching the Cowboys game. That game went into overtime. We were sitting there watching that. Totally forgot that the Saints and Bills were going to start on the right time because they were on a different channel. And they did, and they announced that Ingram was out. So screwed me up on the not being able to make a pickup on Thursday. Because Mark Ingram's being
What was the temperature, Rob?
48 degrees.
Weather
Nice.
conditions?
Fair to middling.
Good analysis, Ron. You took us through your
We
day.
needed to fill in.
How much gas you have in the truck?
I don't know. I wasn't going to describe the basketball game. Then he asked me who was on my team, who I was at Gardens. I figured let's go all in.
Oh, you talking basketball, man. You got me interested. I miss pickup basketball.
Oh, God.
We should get it going.
Friday nights.
What we doing now?
We're
Previews?
getting ready for basketball season, dude.
Yes, lace them up, Brian.
Oh,
You got any basketball shoes?
man. Yeah.
I didn't know if you still had some, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
Basketball.
still got mine from Davidson.
Basketball, Joe.
Do you have to throw away shoes?
Yeah.
I didn't say. Ron, you have every pair of shoes that you've probably ever owned.
I gotta take care of them.
Yeah, me and Brian will take care of stuff very
Basically, what happens to my shoes?
I can only afford one pair every 3 years. I'm not spending $300 for shoes all the time.
I'm not either. I buy a pair of shoes, wear them for like 8 or 10 years, and then after that, they turn into outside or working in the yard shoes.
Dude, I've never had a pair of
What
shoes.
size do you wear?
11.
You
10
can,
and a half
go,
or
you can
11.
go to Walmart and get them.
I'm
That's
not wearing
the thing.
Shacks.
Dude, I had some Shacks.
I did. Definitely had some Shacks.
What size
Worst
you wear?
shoes.
16?
17. Worst shoe I ever owned was those Garnetts my sophomore year.
I got a pair of Air Maxes outside, I think, that I bought junior year of high school.
Dude.
That was 2007. That was 14 years ago, boys.
Your foot stopped growing in?
Yeah.
What you got?
I stopped going in, but you get it.
All right, Ron. Week 12. Let's see what we got.
First matchup, Scorp versus Mikkel.
All right.
Mikkel.
Jake's not here to do calculation.
Brian,
Got it.
Calculation. All right. So the original projection is 139 to 7.07. The live projection 147 to 10.5 in favor of Scorp. So somebody got excited about.
It's snowing in the Michigan-Ohio State game.
oh man,
And like some
Ooh,
snow.
Who's winning? Is it
I
the
don't
Big
know.
House or is it?
I got the calculation.
Oh, okay.
All right. You had Cole Kmet go on Thursday, put up 10.5.
Write that down.
All right. So quarterback, Hurts or Jackson? Hurts playing the
Giants.
Giants. Lamar playing Cleveland. I think he goes Lamar.
He should go Lamar.
I think he goes Lamar.
Jalen's been so
I don't know, man.
consistent,
Look at Jalen's past couple games.
Okay.
I think
Jalen Hurts.
Wait a minute, it just hit me. Is it possible that Michael just lets us go through all his players and we decide for
Between
him?
Hurts and Jackson?
So if he don't know, he's got at least 3 other guys that are going to have a conversation about it, and then he just goes based off of that.
You know what I'm thinking? I really should have offered Michael a trade for Hurts or Jackson.
Dude, you got
When-
Kyler coming back, dude.
Well, I'm talking about when Murray just got hurt. Looking back now, I wish I would have offered for one of those two.
I still think you're good.
You doing fine.
Because it's hard to trade. It's hard to trade for a quarter. It's hard to trade for a quarterback.
It's hard to
Especially
trade
when
for a
they
quarterback
have to.
without sending a quarterback in return.
Right.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Looking back
All right.
now, I wish I would have at least offered
What's
something.
Jalen done?
Jalen over the past 4 weeks, 11, 18, 22, 30. So he's trending up.
He's true enough. I would probably still go Lamar.
And Jackson's last 5, 49, 13, 25, a bye week, 36, 17, and then 0 last week.
It's a division game. It's a primetime game. I think he goes Lamar.
Yeah, but that's a dogfight type game.
Nah, not with Cleveland, man.
That's
Dude.
literally the dog pound.
Well, but dude, Cleveland's dropping.
Oh, yeah. It's a broken locker room, but I mean, it's still a rivalry game.
All right, which is why I think you got to start Lamar.
All right. So
What do you
Lamar,
think?
28.
28. All right, let's just see. Devontae Adams playing the Rams, 18, say 19. 19. Next receiver.
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers with 11.
And then Tyler Boyd with 9.
And running backs. Running backs can be tough.
Woo!
David Johnson
With
with
10.
10.
Ty
Ty
Johnson.
Johnson with
With
9. He's already has tight end, needs a flex. Tevin Coleman.
Coleman at 7. Chenault at 8. So just put
one of
8.
them. Yeah, put 8. And then you got defense. I don't know who's going
Just
to
put 10.
go with. Just put 10.
Because both of them are projected at 10.5 or 10.
114 and a half.
114.5. All right. So go back to the live projection. We got 147 versus 114 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Both teams had players go on Thursday. Scorp had that Dallas game with Prescott and Schultz. Schultz called a touchdown and had a 2-point conversion. Ends up with 14. Dak, 375 passing yards, 2 touchdowns,
Good bounce back.
conversion. Oh, yeah, good bounce back game, even though they lost. Good bounce back game on offense, at least.
Yeah. Nicole Kmet had a much better game than he had last
Yes,
week.
he did.
Yeah, 8 receptions. You get 8 receptions from a tight end. You just got to take
I think he looks good. I think next year he'll be up.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
Jimmy
good.
Graham caught a touchdown on
Yeah.
Thursday, which Jimmy Graham probably not be in the league next year.
I didn't even know he was still in Chicago.
They're paying him a lot of money, I think, still.
Yeah, I think so. But he was actually pretty good last year for a stretch.
Yeah, just scoring touchdowns. Woo!
Yeah,
Sure,
just
bro.
scoring touchdowns.
We're good.
Right?
You okay?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Scared the doo-doo out of me.
You should see this chair.
All right, so what are we looking at in this match? Darrell Henderson off the bye, coming back. Dude, he's got Miles Sanders on his bench. He's got Devontae Smith on his bench. He's actually starting Philly's defense over New England this week, which is pretty interesting. So it's as good as New England's been, as we talked about earlier the past 5 weeks. They're playing Tennessee, and
I would start.
I would start New England. But he's got Philadelphia against the Giants. And the Giants, they can't get anything going
And
offensively.
Philly's
But-
defense has been pretty good, too.
Yeah, but they got Saquon. He's a game back.
I mean, last 4
What's
weeks.
your Saquon projection this week?
98 yards and a touchdown.
Okay,
What
that was-
projection was last week?
Yeah, I think so. Last 4 weeks for Philly's defense 26,
Okay.
5, 23, 13.
Oh, so they're due for another 20 game.
Okay.
Put that down. Bold prediction. 20 plus for Philly's defense. All right. And then you got the usual Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris. Both them projected at 17. I think those are pretty safe bets to at least reach their projection. If not reach it,
Absolutely.
at least get right around at least 15 for both of those. Dude, his team's just solid all the way around. At receivers, running back. Dalton Schultz has been very good at tight end.
He's been what I wanted Blake Jarwin to be last year.
The Blake out. Now it's
Yeah.
I got nothing. The Dalton.
I've heard Dr. Scholes on a pod, but then Dr. Schultz is actually Christoph Waltz's character's name, I think, on Django.
Is it really?
I
Dr.
think
Schultz?
so. Isn't it?
I can't remember, man. It's been a
I'm
while
looking
since
it up.
I've seen Django.
What non-football thing are we talking about now?
No, it's
Nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
But Scorp State just got a good team, man.
Those? No, yeah. I mean,
It's just he's got a good team. Man.
do something real quick for me. Look at Scorps, or just look up the standings at the point totals.
Yeah, Dr. King Schultz.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I know Jake's going to be second
Jake's gonna be first.
in points.
Yeah, Jake's leading in points. Scorp's
Really?
second. Yeah. They're the only two that
Is it
have
close?
29,
Okay.
28. Those two are the only ones that have eclipsed 1,400 points.
Yeah.
The next closest is you, Bryan, in third with 1,391.
Yeah.
I think
So
I
they got
1350 or something like that.
Yeah, you're at 1351.
Yeah.
I mean, less. Let's leave it at that.
7-0 Michigan.
Yeah, the Scorp's just got a good team, man.
Good
I
squad.
don't think. I just don't think Michael's got it in the.
No, it's. I mean, you know.
I hate to say it. I'm not bashing Michael's
No,
team because I
no,
definitely
but I mean,
don't have it
it's-
either. But he.
You don't want to play. You don't want to play Sperry. You don't want to play Jake right now. You just don't.
Mm-mm.
It don't matter how good
You just don't.
You just don't.
You
Seriously,
don't
you
wanna
don't. And then, I mean, Scorp's just like been a freight train lately.
Every like his draft was good. He drafted every single one of those guys except for Schultz. Yeah, maybe that's just solid.
Well done, buddy.
Yeah.
Who'd Jake pick?
I can pull it up here in a second.
I got you.
Jake picked Scorp. I
Yeah,
can tell you.
Going out on
Yeah,
a
he
limb, but
Yeah, he picked Scorp. I'm taking Scorp.
we'll sweep it.
Yep,
Yeah,
sweeping it.
we're sweeping. We wish you luck, Michael. We wish you luck.
Yeah, no, pull off an upset.
No, that's okay.
Nah, you want an upset.
I'd like to move up in the standings.
You would like an upset.
I'm not
I'd
going to
love
move
an
up
upset.
if Scorp loses. I'll move up if Michael loses and I win.
I just want my number one spot back. I was getting comfy.
Ludicrous style? I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Number one spot.
Number one spot. Y'all don't remember that song?
Sing it.
Nope, playing it.
Oh,
We can't do that. We can't do that.
copyright.
We can't do that. We literally cannot do that.
Copyright.
I can play less than 5 seconds.
Name this tune.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's it by?
Ludicrous.
Bryan. That was mine? What are you doing? that was mine.
Why were you so disappointed?
Oh, yeah, I remember number one spot now.
Yeah, because I think in the music video it was like Gold Member themed.
Yeah, it was.
Get up.
Yeah, I remember that song. I remember that song.
Coming for that number one
Why
spot.
pressing the panic? Oh, because you're the nice guy in the neighborhood.
I told you my neighbor
You
called
really
the
the nice
cop.
guy in the neighborhood?
I don't talk to anybody, so yes.
Ah,
That Ryan over there on the corner.
I had a heat and air guy come to look at my heater
mhm.
2 weeks ago, and one of my neighbors called the cops on him.
Huh? Dude, this is a tough neighborhood to live in, man.
It's not a very good neighborhood to come in. It's a tough neighborhood to steal in.
Shit. That's
Nah,
not
fair
right.
enough. Hey, can you plug that up for me?
Maybe.
Please. Okay. Thank you. All right. Our next matchup is
Coming up, Broach, Andrew.
the Battle of December 9th. They were both born.
Remember
on
like
December
it
9th,
was
a year apart from each other.
Who's older?
Rance did it
Okay.
by a year.
Rand did he?
My father's birthday is on the same day. He was born, I guess,
Who's older?
18 years.
Their senior.
18, 19 years. Yeah.
18, 19. Chris Strogden's older than I thought he was.
Looks good.
For
If he was born in 19, 19, yeah.
Looks good. The original projection for Rand's Diddy 122. The original projection for Magic Mike 116. The live projection.
These are two of the funner team names.
These are.
More fun.
I agree. That's fair.
The line projection 111 to 109 in favor of learning to walk again. All right, so let's see. We got Broach had David Montgomery go on Thursday against Detroit, put up 8.9. And Rand City had 2 players go. Darren Waller, who exited early, but looks like he avoided a major injury. Then Dallas D with 8.
Major injury. Yeah.
Rand City's starting Odell this week.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day. He thinks Odell's due for a big game. I
He
just
also
don't see
thinks
it,
that
dude.
Sam Darnold's a good quarterback.
Can I ask you a question?
He also doesn't have anybody else.
He doesn't have any wide receivers because
So I guess he does have
Tony's
to.
doubtful.
Yeah, I guess he does have to. Before Tony was doubtful, he was asking who he should start over Tony and Beckham. And I said, dude, I'd start Tony. But now he kind of does have to start Odell. And I don't think there's anything on free agency to really
There's not,
go
but it's
grab.
Odell's probably more talented than
Odell.
Tony overall.
I don't know, man.
Stafford's definitely more talented than
but
Daniel Jones,
no.
but
No doubt.
Tony
No doubt.
hobbled. You can't really. I guess he's got
Tony
to do it.
hurt. Start Odell.
Indeed. Well done.
Yeah, so he's starting Odell.
Odell.
All right, over under 10.6 for Odell.
I wanted to, man. I had to fight myself.
You had to bite yourself?
Fight myself.
Oh.
You said bite.
I said fight.
Nah, you said bite.
Don't make me regret it.
Regret what?
Bite?
What
yourself?
I didn't do.
Back to the matchup.
Over under.
This can't happen
break
again.
that guy.
Can we go ahead and get that out of the way? This can't happen again. Number one, me and him have a lot of things that we got to, we do the little back and forth. But you talked to Jake during that point.
I do.
Talk to yourself.
I'm the odd man out.
I know.
We know.
Because y'all two.
Can you imagine having to
Jerk
pay
yourself
attention to
off
this
over here.
podcast the entire time we're recording it? Very difficult. Not used to it. But on Thanksgiving Day, my family and
We went outside and was playing basketball. We were on the same team. It was me, Caden's mom. Well, it was first in the beginning. It was mom.
All right, look, we ain't got to go through this again. All right, over under 10.6. 10.6. I know. Over under 10.6 for Odell.
under.
Nah, you know what?
This man's going over.
I'm going over.
You would. You under?
Give me the under.
All right.
Give me
What do you
that.
think, Jake? All right.
What did he say?
What did he say?
I was kidding.
All right.
Is he dead? Boop. Got him.
The look of disappointment in his face.
Oh, God. Rams did against Kareem Hunt back this week, starting him against Baltimore along with Chubb. I like that.
You like that?
Of course you do.
The only he could start Eli Mitchell or he could start Myles Gaskin over Hunt. Would you do that?
Nope.
Or would you stick with Hunt?
You still will.
Start them both.
Yeah, I think you go with both of them. Even though it's Hunt's first game back,
I mean, if Mitchell was playing and healthy, I would start Mitchell. But
he's got a broken finger.
well,
And had surgery on it.
he did.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Broach missing Kamara. That's
Hurts
just tough,
the team.
man. That's just tough because
I mean, he still has 3 solid running backs, but Gibson's questionable. Harris is questionable. Both of them are losing carries to other people in the backfield.
he gets Kamara back. He's got a. I mean, he has a dangerous team if his receivers can figure it out on the same week.
All he needs Kamara back. He needs Russell Wilson to start being Russell Wilson again.
And he's starting Russell Wilson against Washington over Kirk Cousins versus San Fran, and then Tua versus Carolina. Yeah, I wouldn't start Tua, but I don't know. Hey, Taylor Heineke looked
Don't you
really
like
good
him?
last week, so I do like him, but I want Carolina to win.
Okay. I like Tua. I like Hubbard better.
Who?
Hubbard.
Oh,
Well, you had a big prediction on Hubbard.
Yep, it was 447 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a fantastic week last week. Didn't meet any of those, I don't think.
but he will this week.
But he will this week.
No, Buddy won't.
But he can't handle it.
But he can.
Starting Gronk.
Buddy was solid as a rock.
Starting Gronk over Gesicki.
Yeah, I would.
Will you stop? Got him. Golly, dude, I can't do anything, man.
I would do anything for love.
But I won't do that.
There we go.
What is that?
What is love?
Could be anything.
Baby, don't hurt me.
What is she asking him to do?
No more.
You know women.
You know Meatloaf. Wasn't that Meatloaf?
Do you got a cat in here sneezing or you got something sprayed?
It's got one of those spray things.
Fair
It's
one.
automatic. It's every 20
Okay.
minutes.
That's what it sounds like.
It does smell like a cat sneeze.
It doesn't smell like it. It does taste like it, though.
You know what?
What?
Do we entertain it?
No,
Okay.
no.
I have to. How do you know what it tastes like?
You never been standing in front of an air freshener that's accidentally sprayed before? Oh, you haven't lived, my friend. It's quite pungent.
Tastes like a cat sneeze.
I was about to say, the question should have been asked more so, how do you know what a cat sneeze smells like more so than an air freshener? But
That was going to be my next question.
okay, you were leading up to it.
Would you start Jared Judy?
Man,
Would you start Jared Judy over Damian Harris?
Nah.
Damian Harris questionable, playing Tennessee. Let's see what they say on Damian Harris. They say that he is listed as questionable. Showed up on Wednesday's injury report. The neck injury appeared to be new.
No clothes.
He did not miss any practices. But
Ramondre Stevenson also
Stevenson
popped up on the injury report on Wednesday, so maybe they were just getting really fine-tuned come on Wednesday.
I might go Judy, man. I might go Judy. I would go Judy over Harris.
Judy is playing the Chargers, so usually they take away the top receiving option, which would have been him.
Is it? I don't really know who you take away, man. Because Cortland Sutton's been good too.
Tim Patrick's been better than Cortland Sutton.
True. So who you take
Noah
away?
Fant.
Who you take away?
All of them. Daggum Chargers, man.
Shut
Well,
down.
I got to start Javonte Williams then.
You saw what happened when the number one corner for the Chargers didn't play against Minnesota.
What
Justin
happened?
Jefferson went off.
Was he pissed about it?
He's back, though.
Where is he? Oh, where the hell is he? I'm not playing if he's not here.
I'm putting my foot down. You're going right way for smack bottom. I don't care who knows it.
Flageling does that.
It's one of my favorites.
You entertain me. You really
I
do.
appreciate that, buddy.
All right, who y'all taking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
V. Rans Diddy.
I'm
I was going to let out his Jake breaks real quick.
I'm going to take Broach. In a tight one.
Tight, son.
It's going to be close. Who's the difference maker?
The fact that he's starting Kareem Hunt.
So you think?
I'm going Rans Diddy.
Dude, I think Rans Diddy, but I can't take him, man. I can't take him. I got to have him lose.
Mike Williams has another
Bad week.
good week.
Good week.
Yeah. And
Chris Goodweek?
then I think Broach by
Nose?
probably
By hair?
double digits.
All right, Russell Wilson, 23 over under.
Man, I don't know.
Over.
I'm gonna take the over, and that's why I'm gonna take Broach because I think Russell Wilson has a good game.
Cam threw pretty well against him, so I think Russell Wilson can go for the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Broach more so because I need Broach to win.
Who'd you take?
But I do think Russell Wilson's going to bounce back, and I think the rest of his team will be pretty solid. I would still go Judy over
Andrew.
Harris, but I get going Harris. He's been pretty solid when he gets the ball.
Yeah.
What was
Scored
that?
7 touchdowns.
That was my knuckle popping.
All right, so who'd Jake take?
Andrew.
Took Andrew.
Took Andrew. So we
And
got
we need Bryan. Who'd you take?
Brian.
I took Broach.
So we got a split.
Split.
Who'd you take?
Broach.
I'm
You should feel good. You should feel good. You should feel good. All right, third matchup, Ryan.
Third matchup, Ryan. JT Rightmyer.
Right.
All right.
Is that the only name that we all say when one person says it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. So the original projection 127 to 121. Live projection 135 to 125 in favor of the Cult of Personality.
I'm gonna miss you a word.
Both teams had several players go
Why do we never
Thursday.
sing your team name? But we sing Learning to Walk again.
because mine's not just a song name. Though.
Oh God.
Is it a wrestling theme song?
Well, yeah, it is, but it's also like
Cult of Personality.
You guys sing it?
I'm done.
But it's also
Asian singer.
It's for our audience.
but it's also a term that one can use to display someone charismatic and potentially in a position of power. Like Mussolini.
All right. Yeah. Rightmyer, explain your team name.
He likes Groucho Marx.
He does. Oh, I love Groucho Marx.
Are you right, Meyer?
No. Outside of a dog, a book's a man's best friend. Inside of a dog's too dark to read. That's a Groucho Marx quote. Groucho Marx said that.
Okay.
Y'all ever watch the Marx Brothers growing up?
No.
You were a Karl Marx guy, weren't you?
Son of a gun, cult of personality.
Yeah, cult of personality over here brings up Mussolini. Karl Marx is not that far off. This guy. But yeah, Groucho Marx, that's my favorite Groucho quote.
Dude, I've heard Groucho Marx, like, people refer to him my whole life, and I never knew who he was till just a couple years ago.
Are you serious?
I remember P98.
Yeah, dude.
P98, Tony does the Groucho walk.
And I was like,
a cigar in his mouth,
what
that
is
thing.
this?
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Yep.
Both teams had several players go on Thursday on Thanksgiving. Hunter Renfrow with a very good game. Just missed a touchdown. 8 receptions, 134 yards, a couple rushing yards.
Good, man.
I'm done.
College
I'm
you
done
go to?
South Dakota State.
That was Adam Vinatieri
That's so close.
fighting jackrabbits.
Where'd he go?
Clemson.
Did he really?
Yeah. Caught a touchdown pass in national championship game, beat Alabama.
Oh, so he's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He was a walk-on, I think, to begin with.
I think it was, yeah.
Okay. Nice statistic.
Yes, he's better than Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, okay.
Sammy Watkins was a top 5 pick.
Yeah, true. I can give you that.
Where'd he go?
Clemson.
Attaboy. Now we're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why
circle.
I figured he said that.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley also had 7.1. They just didn't really need Cole Beasley all that much. 5 receptions, 46 yards. Not a bad game.
No.
And then on the other side of the ball, Michael Gallup, 5 receptions, 106 yards. Josh Jacobs.
He had a couple bomb catches.
He did. Late. Both in the fourth quarter.
I was hoping they were Cedric Wilson, and I saw there was a 3 after the 1 on the number. I said, oh, that's not Cedric.
I wish they'd keep doing that. But he looked pretty good in the fourth, but up until then, he hadn't really done hardly anything. Josh Jacobs, 18.2, and Hawkinson caught a touchdown for the first time since, I believe, week 2. And that was kind of his saving grace because he only had 3 catches for 35 yards. You do not want to have too many Detroit players on your team. You're doing good with Swift.
Yeah.
Hawkinson's been okay.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That's it.
if Swift's out, Jamal Williams might be worth a start.
I've got him too.
You do, but dude, that's it. There's nothing else on that team that's even close to fantasy relevant.
Amon St. Brown was his name?
Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah.
You're what?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I thought, hold on. Is it?
I think it's just Amon St. Brown, but we used to always say Amon-Ra.
I thought it was Amon-Ra.
I said it every
Amon
time
Ra
we said
is
it.
the mummy from Night in the Museum.
Watched The Mummy this past week.
Which
We
one?
talked about the Mummy last week.
Which one?
The
The
Mummy.
Mummy.
Which one?
I think the one with Tom Cruise is just called Mummy.
No, it's called the Mummy.
Is it? That's not
I
good.
don't know.
Not
Brendan Fraser, dude. Brendan Fraser.
Overrated.
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, Rachel Weisz.
Overrated. The movie as a whole.
Is it John Hannah?
Overrated?
You just like hating on stuff that I like.
No, I don't.
Brian, that's like one of your favorite things to do.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
very supportive. I'm a good friend.
I'm not saying you're not.
I don't like to pick on you.
Hey, O'Connor! Looks like we got all the horses.
Hey, Benny! Looks to me like you're on the wrong side of the river.
Awesome.
Dude, that's
Look
my
at that.
favorite part, man.
Insane.
That, and
We
then
might
when
be
he
in
says,
trouble for that one. I don't know.
I mean, it was.
You
spot on.
always had more balls than brains. And he takes and throws him off the boat.
Yeah,
No, I love that part.
it's a good one. All these are on the boat scene. All
Yeah.
within like a 5-minute plan of each other.
Ducky.
Fair
and
weather's right,
then
man.
Jonathan runs in until that guy pushes him into the fire.
So I was wondering, what JT are we getting today? Is he going to fall into the shenanigans, or is he going to, be really pissed off?
We brought him over to the dark side.
Shenanigans.
Our first catch of the day. Next person that's Hispanic is going to pistol whip. Hey, Farmer, what's that restaurant with that funky stuff hanging up on the walls?
What's the
Talk about
rest of it?
shenanigans, right?
Yeah, boy, Jake's in for it next week.
Why?
Because he's going to want to talk serious football with you, but I think he's going to want to be involved.
Nah, I got to, man. I got to. Because y'all say too many things like under the radar that I'm sitting here talking
With the
about.
spider legs under the radar. Y'all can't see what
Y'all
we're doing.
just
but
talk.
Under the radar.
Yeah.
All right, anyways,
We do fantasy football here also.
yeah. Rightmyer starting A.J. Dillon. I saw that Aaron Jones was officially listed as questionable.
You want me to get an update on him?
Yeah, give me an update.
But he's practiced, I think, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I think, but I still believe that they're just letting him get back in the reps and everything, and he's still.
They have a bye
They got a
next
bye
week.
next week,
There's no
so-
reason to play him.
Right.
Same situation with Kyler Murray.
They're playing the Rams.
Questionable for
though.
week 12 against the Rams. Jones got another limited practice on Friday. Very realistic chance of playing on Sunday.
What
Matt
about
LaFleur
fantasy?
noted that he wanted to see how Jones responded to practice. As possible, we won't know Jones' week 12 status until final inactives are announced. Packers late afternoon window. Face Mariners should have a backup option for Jones in place.
All right, so here's the question.
Here's the rub.
If Jones is active,
If Jones is active, do you still play Dillon?
yes. Here's what he's got on the bench that he could put in. This is flex, so he's got several options.
What's the first guy?
T. Higgins,
Thank you.
Melvin Gordon, Van Jefferson.
Those are
yeah,
good.
we got another. Van Jefferson.
Those are solid options.
Yeah, that's his options right there. If Aaron Jones is active, do you take out A.J. Dillon
I
and
do.
put one of those
Yes.
I do, and I put Melvin Gordon in probably.
against the Chargers
Against the Chargers.
because they're bad against the run?
Yeah.
Who would you put?
I've got McLaurin in my flex spot. So if Jones plays, I get to put him in because McLaurin plays.
Okay,
tonight.
let's go
Okay,
to the
what would
matchup
you
we're
do
talking
here?
about here, Brian.
I know, but it was exciting to talk about.
We haven't gotten to your matchup yet.
I'm sorry.
We'll get to that
I
later.
was looking at it.
I know.
I'm coming back.
I think I'd still start A.J. Dillon. I
Okay.
think I would. I think
Why?
it's
You think he's going to be on snap count?
Aaron Jones. I don't think they're going to risk Aaron. If he's active, I think he'll get some work, but I don't think that he's going to be the workhorse back. I would say A.J. Dillon would be.
60-40.
I
But
think
they are playing the Rams.
True.
If that happens, if he does start Gordon, your matchup, this matchup, comes down to
Who
one
gets the
team.
ball?
You're starting Williams and he's starting Gordon at that point.
But dude, I've been back and forth about Williams, Ayuk, Cooks, and Watt. I've been back and forth between all of them. Heck, I even took Josh Jacobs out before
Hey,
Thursday's
language.
game.
With your heck.
Oh,
Darn it.
Brian, don't you
Dag,
fall
gummit.
down that trap.
Well, we did talk about that earlier. I said, what's wrong with Josh Jacobs? Is he broken? And then I looked and got 22 carries. And actually had a good week. So
yeah, he gets
Had a good week.
when he gets volume, he's good. But if he doesn't get volume,
he's volatile.
He's not going to do much without having the volume. I ain't got Kyler.
I don't either, but I still tried.
Nobody can see us. We look really cool right now.
Rolling with the homies.
All right, so who y'all taking in this matchup?
Oh, football.
Going you.
Angry growl.
I'm going to take myself as well, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I think Cam McCaffrey.
Can McCaffrey?
Cam
I don't know if he can.
and McCaffrey.
Oh, okay.
I think they total for. I think they total 55.
I can't drive. 55.
Thank you, Sammy.
I think they total 55. And I'll tell you why. Because when they get on the goal line, I think it's just hard to figure out where exactly they're going with the ball.
One of those two are getting it, though.
You would imagine.
You're going to see a lot
With
more.
meditation, there's no limit to what I can
Imagine.
imagine.
You're going to see a lot more. If they're within 5 yards, Cam's going to get the shot.
Cam. Who did Jake pick? I think
He picked me as well. I'm just hoping this one, boys.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping this one.
But this could be the end of your undefeated
It,
streak.
whichever one of us loses, I think we're out.
I picked the Rightmyer. So he's got a lot of charges.
You regret your trade?
I told you the other day, if I wouldn't have made the trade with Rightmyer, I wouldn't have been able to get Kelsey from you.
I know.
But at the same time, having the possibility of having Eckler and Renfro over this version of Lockett with Wilson not playing the version he is and Aaron Jones getting hurt in the first week I had him. But now I don't have Aaron Jones anymore.
It's a simple yes or no.
Okay, do you want me to fill in for Jake or not?
No, we just want you to be you, Ryan.
I am. I was telling him. He asked me a question. I had to.
That was good.
Yeah.
And I drove to work that one day.
And if I would have traded you Kelsey then I wouldn't have got that coffee at Sheets an hour later. And if I would have got that coffee at Sheets an hour later,
number 23. I don't know what to do.
And they had those pumpkin donuts. And you know I love pumpkin donuts. So I wouldn't have even gotten them.
And I was behind the highway and get the logs on it and put the log truck. I don't know. But no, seriously, I think the end goal of me getting Kelsey and being able to handcuff the Connor, I'd say no, I don't regret my trade.
Okay.
But if I wouldn't have made the trade with
we're good. No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I don't know why you ask me questions and then when I get an answer, you
I
get
didn't
upset.
think you were going to write an effing novel about it.
It's not just a simple yes or no question.
It is a simple yes or no question.
do you regret your trade?
Which one?
The Eckler trade.
No.
Okay.
We could have already moved on.
Well, I wouldn't have just said no if I wouldn't have said all the stuff that I'd said before.
What's the
Context.
Next matchup. All right, so hold on.
matchup? He knows.
Who did we take? It was 3
JT, and I
Rightmyer?
took a Rightmyer. Okay. That sounds like a good band.
3 JTs and a Rightmyer?
Yeah.
I want to see what we can do.
I'd watch them.
What kind of music would that be?
Folk.
Bluegrass.
It's like a folk / EDM. Very confusing to have that as a mashup, but I'd like it.
What's EDM?
Electronic dance music.
I did not know that. Thank you. Did you know what that meant?
Yeah.
Why would I know that?
Oh,
It's fist bumping type music.
Okay.
The club type stuff.
I just always heard it called electronic or electronica. What's the difference?
So next matchup,
Electronica is Latin.
Oh, okay.
Next matchup is me versus Jordano.
It's a me.
It's me. And Jordano.
We got the fantasy phenoms.
Me.
Original projection 107 against WFT No Dot 21 Football Respect Red Dot Yellow Dot Feather Flag at 113. The live projection 112 to 115 in favor of
Jordano. It's looking really good. Stephon Diggs started getting some catches in there. Second half, we went touchdown.
So both teams have one player go. Stephon Diggs, Cedric Wilson. Ryan, you have to feel pretty good that Cedric Wilson put up close to Stephon Diggs' numbers.
Well, fantastic about it.
Until I still feel good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You should.
Yeah,
As soon as I saw Cooper and Lamb were confirmed out, I knew Cooper was already out, but then they confirmed Lamb out. I went and picked up the old.
He had to do a concussion test right before the game. Is that what that was?
I think he just didn't clear the last hurdle.
Which it sounded like.
Which I don't know why. In concussion protocol, they make them run through hurdles. I don't know how that helps, but
It's crazy.
that's what they do.
I think I'm getting a meatball sub for lunch.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Where are you on Sheets?
No. Never had a meatball sub from Sheets.
Have I? I don't think I have.
I've gotten probably
Probably
at least
get
115.
I had Roberson. Years.
I'd say 115.
Wilson
Over
keeping up with Diggs.
It's good because you still got Debo to go, man.
Yeah.
So you still got your number one receiver against his 2 and 3. You got number 1 and number 2, I guess. I don't know if you want to. I don't know what we categorize Lockett as.
Who wins that QB battle?
Tom Brady.
Brady. I mean, they're literally playing against each other.
Nope. I'm going Wentz.
Go Wentz.
Go Wentz. Go Wentz.
Write that down.
Go Wentz, young man.
Write that down.
Haven't you been to?
Okay.
I'll give you that as a bold prediction.
What's that?
Wentz over Brady.
Who said that?
Bryan.
What I'm hoping is that Tampa Bay's run defense is usually pretty good. Maybe they'll slow down Jonathan Taylor so Wentz will have to pass.
Yeah, you're not going to stop him.
Big Jonathan Taylor guy over here now.
I just respect him. I see him for who he is now.
His chair's
The
running back
bit
to the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah,
Interesting.
There's a lot riding on that game, isn't there? This matchup's pretty much
I only have 2 players in it. He's got, one?
based on that. Huh? Well, I'm talking about just there's a lot of.
He's got 2 because he's got
Important.
Brady and Tampa's D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2 players from both in that matchup. Dude, interesting start here. His running backs, Devonta Freeman and
What if you said somebody's going to start framing and it's
Dontrell Hilliard.
from Tennessee?
Wasn't Dontrell Hilliard at Houston a while back?
Do not
Don't get me
know.
lying.
Am I making that up?
I don't know. He's got 2 other running backs he could potentially start. Philip Lindsay, we talked about that. He is in Miami. But yeah, you can't imagine he's going to
Why
get
is
a
this
lot of
Hilliard
work.
guy starting over Foreman?
That's what I was about to ask. So you got Foreman, who has seen he hadn't done well, but he's seen some work. And Hilliard, he just saw his first bit of work on the whole
Pull
season
up
last week.
Foreman for last week.
Okay.
Dontrell Hilliard had 7 rushes for 35
That's
yards.
what I'm saying. He did have 8 catches with that.
Hit 8 catches? Okay,
Yeah.
because it doesn't show me on
For 47 with 10.
All right. Foreman last week,
I gotta
7 for
use the
25 and 1 for 15.
Y'all keep talking.
1 reception for 15
1
yards.
reception
So
for
he's
15
just
yards,
starting
7
them.
carries. But it said that Deontay Foreman is questionable with a.
We should sit here really quiet until he gets back.
Just walk
Walk the computer right over to the bathroom door.
We just sit here, not say anything. Should we change this thing to the next matchup?
No.
We can go ahead. We can pull up the next matchup. Bear with us.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Thank you for holding. How may I help you?
Yeah, y'all didn't.
Yeah,
What?
I think the reason he's starting him is because he's got pass catching opportunities.
AJ Brown's got put on injured reserve
Ooh.
for Tennessee.
That's big.
That is big.
What? What are you laughing at?
I don't know. We're trying to take this stuff serious, and you're over here just. I gotta go a little bit.
Yeah, I can't help it, man. I drank a bunch of water.
I've done it.
Yeah, you had to go take.
I've done it here
Dog
and
that
Jake's
one
last
day.
year.
That's true. All right, where am I at? I've lost it.
Oh, I know.
Hold on, let me get back to it. All right, so
We're all making Jordan's matchup.
Dontrell Hilliard, we feel
Yeah.
that's a good start over Deontay Foreman.
I see his reason behind it. I don't know if I'd say it's an actual good start. But
I mean, is there anybody on free agency you'd pick up?
No, I've been looking.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything. That's tough, man. That's tough. Jordan definitely felt the injury bug between Derrick Henry, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I feel like he had another. D-Hop. I mean, he's definitely been injured. Had some guys. Kenny Galladay was out for a while, which Kenny Galladay ain't been very good.
He ain't been in for a very while.
So you're starting Stevenson, I see.
I don't really have a choice there, bud.
I hadn't looked at your bench yet. You couldn't start Ingram, obviously. Yeah, the rest of your team's on bye.
Yep.
Except for Corey Davis, but you can't start him as running back. So
Nope.
Stevenson it is.
And if Stevenson gets announced as being out, I've got to go pick up somebody.
Who are you going to pick up?
Ain't nobody out there.
Ain't nobody out there.
Might pick up J.K. Dobbins, just to do it.
Try it. Did y'all see that L.A. was talking about
Cam Akers coming back.
Yeah. I
He
think
tears ACL.
What
I
is
think
it, ACL?
I think it was ACL like training camp maybe.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility.
August.
Yeah, it's a possibility he could come back. That's very soon.
Nah.
Unless he
I
feels
read
like
that.
Adrian Peterson.
I read that, and that sounded crazy.
Nah,
does.
there's no.
That's
no.
what I
You're going to ruin a man's career.
And he's what? This is his second season?
Yeah.
His
I
rookie
wouldn't
last
do
year.
it.
No.
And Darrell Henderson's been good. So
Yeah, Henderson's been fine.
And you got Sony Michel.
And so Michel, he's okay.
His fitness consigliere, Sony Michel.
That's good. Dan Arnold.
Dan Arnold!
Making an appearance in the tight end spot.
Yep, just for 1 week.
Yeah, you got Kelsey on by.
I wouldn't start him this week. Is there another tight end option?
I don't know why. Who are they playing against? Atlanta?
I just don't trust him this week.
Well, I mean, last week he didn't get anything. Before that, he's been getting like 7 or 8 targets a game.
Jake added Westbrook.
And Ine, that was the one I was trying to say earlier.
Yep, that was the one you was trying to say earlier.
And
That's
I
the one
didn't
you were
do
trying to say earlier.
Westbrook.
Was it?
Why don't you pick up Ingram?
Because you can't trust Ingram, man.
Evan Ingram?
I would trust him over Arnold, yeah.
Nope, not doing it.
Can't trust Ingram. I would pick up.
Austin Hooper?
I was looking at Tyler Conklin would have been the other one I'd pick up.
Yeah, I wouldn't then start him. Honestly, I'd probably roll
I'm
with
just
him.
rolling with him, yeah. Maybe. Hold on a second, fellas. Anthony Ferkshire from Tennessee. They don't have Henry.
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't have Brown.
Pick him up.
They don't
I'm
have
going to pick him
Julio.
up. I'm going to pick him up.
Already did it.
Berkshire. Who can I drop? Nobody. Okay, never mind.
I'm not doing
You can
it.
pick him up.
If you look at Ferkshire's numbers since week 6, 1.6, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2, 0.7, 11.1 last week, though.
Oh, trending up.
When all those guys got Hoyt. Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm
What about this Jeff Swain guy?
No, thank you.
Geoff?
Mm-hmm.
Can't trust him.
Swaim's in Tennessee,
That's not how you
right?
spell Jeff.
Joff.
That's not how you spell Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick
You a Jeff kind of guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Jeff.
Jeff.
You get it. This guy gets it.
I'm with him.
God, I miss you at the office.
You're going to be all right, bud. Oh, I might pick up the comp, man.
Look at that ass every day.
Hate to see
I
him
see
go,
you,
but
baby.
love to
But
watch
watch
him
him
leave.
leave.
Poetry in motion. Sexual harassment in the workplace is a real thing.
And I'm really proud of you guys.
I'm really proud of this league.
Oh, man.
Can we do a best of?
A best of?
How do you limit it?
Yeah,
Take out all the football talk?
You edit it.
I don't
You
want to
edit
do
it.
that. That's the one of you thing.
Not me. It's him.
Would you do that?
I
Could if y'all tell me what to edit, but I ain't done it.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll sit here with you. I'll buy supper and everything.
All right. Well, you got what's the highlights so far?
Obviously,
That.
we know what that is.
That's going in. Toby the Tiger.
That was a visual thing more so
Let's
than
get
anything
through these
else.
matchups, man.
Okay.
Let's get through.
Who you
these.
taking?
That's my fault.
I don't
Who you
know.
taking?
I don't
I'm
know.
taking.
I'm gonna go Jordan.
Dude, that's tough, man.
I'm gonna go Jordan.
Give me
Fuel.
Give me 5. Give me double genocide. Dude, give me Jordon as well.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I'm going Jordan as well.
Who Jake take?
I think he took you.
Where?
To the movies.
Yeah, he took you. He's not gonna pick Jordan.
All right, it's a split. Well, I said I'm never going to
2-2.
pick Andrew. I picked Andrew. I think I've picked Andrew past a couple times.
Stop doing it. He needs to lose, man.
I picked him last week to lose, and he won. You picked him to win,
I know.
And he won.
and he won.
And I tried to change it. And y'all wouldn't
We
let
wouldn't
me.
let him. I should have let him.
You should have.
No.
All right.
But you thought,
So you would
I've
have had
got
the pick
this in
wrong,
the
and
bag.
I would have gotten.
That's on y'all. That's
Dude,
on y'all.
I wouldn't have moved
Dude.
him. I wouldn't. Dude, I'm sorry, dude. Seriously, bro? Next matchup
Where's my card,
We
dude?
really need Jake back.
is a matchup of the week.
Ooh, match for the week.
Match of the week.
And
You know,
who's in it?
Who is in it?
Jake and Bryan.
3v2 matchup. You've got let's see. So you got the highest point getter, Jake, at third at 8-3. You got the third most point getter sitting in second place at 9-2. This is our Week 12 match for the week. Turd sandwiches versus victim of the system. Original projection 144 to 132. Live projection brings it a little bit closer to 138.99 versus 135.31. And you know what we do for matchup of the week.
Shout now.
Position.
We go position by position.
Yeah, buddy.
All
Good
right.
call. I was not looking at you pointing at me until it was too late.
Mm.
And then there's no way.
Matt Stafford, over or
Fuck, he's
under
gonna
Josh
hit me.
Allen's 34.7.
Under.
Give me the under. I'm taking Josh Allen.
Under.
Yeah, I'm a good Josh.
And I come from the land down under. There's horses down.
Is it snowing
Now?
And that game?
Outside? No.
at that game?
It's
At that
cloudy.
game?
I don't see no snow on the forecast. for
Chance of
any these
meatballs?
games. No meatballs. Not this time.
I can't wait to get to meatballs.
I
You want one,
damn
don't you?
hungry now, yeah.
I'm hungry too. I'm not gonna get a meatball sub. I don't know what I'm
Mm,
gonna eat. I'll make some at the house.
Okay.
Receiver matchup. We've got Cooper Kupp, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool,
Ooh.
Versus Adam Thielen, Jamar Chase, Cordarrelle Patterson, who is questionable. Is Cordarrelle Patterson playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
He's playing. Okay. Darnell Mooney's already went, put up 15. Darnell Mooney's been pretty good, man.
Darnell Mooney's what I thought Allen Robinson had a chance to be.
Mm-hmm.
So this past 3 weeks, 19, 20, 15.
Yep.
He's been solid. I wanted to draft him. I said, I can't draft 2 Bears wide receivers, but he's a good dart thrower.
One Bears receiver seemed crazy.
Drafting any Bears not named David Montgomery was crazy, but then even drafting
David
David
Montgomery's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so matchups between receivers. I got to take Jake.
Give me Jake Dog on that one.
Got to take Jake, Cooper Kupp, and then Darnell Mooney already put up 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take Jake here.
And then Claypool.
I agree.
Big Ben looked the best he's looked all year last week. Coming off of COVID, not practicing for like a week and a half. Actually was able to throw the ball down the field a little bit. So if he can do that, Claypool's going to be pretty good.
Pretty good. He's got one of the games with the most targets on the year. I saw a stat earlier. It had like your top target getters in a game.
So it had Darren Waller
and
Tyreek Hill
and Najee.
And Najee with
Darren Waller and Najee both had 19 in a game.
Tyreek had 17 or 18 twice.
Yeah. And then Claypool had like 16 in a game. 16 or 15 or 16.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember what week it was.
I'm looking.
Pull up targets.
Yep.
Yeah. 15 in week 3.
Week 3.
So we got one receiving touchdown on the year.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the running backs. I'm gonna take Jake.
You got
just
Taylor.
the one running back.
You got Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon for Jake.
Yep.
You got old D Swift and Saquon.
Which going into the week, that wasn't a huge gap. I mean, it was big.
Over under Taylor outscoring Swift.
What if it's under? What if
We're
it
gonna
is
have
under?
something
What
to
if he
talk
gets the COVID?
You know what? Bold prediction.
You're not saying that. You're not saying that. Oh my gosh, Bryan.
Writing it down.
That's going to have to be a season-ending injury, but yeah.
Dang, dude.
Hey, don't put that down. That means I'm
hold
looking
on.
for it.
No.
He could just
At
get
the
COVID.
Panthers game, he told me McCaffrey's going to tear his ACL in the third quarter. And I'm like, dude, what are you
Who did I
doing?
say that about? I've said that before in a matchup.
McCaffrey.
No, I think he gets hurt all the time, but that wasn't what I was.
I'm sure it was McCaffrey.
No, it was somebody I didn't like. I really like McCaffrey. It was a Chief or a Bronco. I can't remember who it was. It's been a couple of years. And I said it last year. And I think I said it earlier this year.
Yeah.
Don't wish
you
injuries
start
on
with
anybody.
me. Don't you start.
What?
Oh, no, I can't say that.
I
can't
say
wish
that. You
injury
need to
on
erase that for me
somebody.
because I don't want to do a season-ending injury. You don't joke about stuff like that.
I didn't write a season injury. I just wrote Swift over Taylor this week. That's all I wrote.
All right.
And
You put
it in pen. So
Yeah, dude, I'm taking Jake.
take
You all right, so you're taking you on running backs then.
No.
You think Joe Mixon's gonna outscore Saquon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you said Jonathan Taylor was going to have less points than DeAndre Swift, so I had to ask.
He had to ask.
All right. Takes us to the tight end matchup. You got Dawson Knox, already went for Bryan, 16.7. You got Kyle Pitts for Jake, playing Jacksonville, projected at 10.96.
My tight end.
Give me DJ D Knox, man, all day.
Yeah, dude, I'm taking Knox, dude. Dude, you can't count on Pitts, man. You can't count on Pitts. He had those two really good games. 22 and 19 back-to-back where he had 100 yards receiving in both.
And I think Calvin Ridley played in both of those games.
I think that's true.
And I think one of them was in London, England.
They just need to move up Pitts. They need to move Pitts over wide
They need to
receiver.
poo Pitts.
They need to move Pitts
But
over
he's
wide
not as
receiver.
valuable in fantasy.
Well, I mean, they line
Who
him
would
up there just as much as they're lining
Oh,
up.
I know.
It's basically the same situation Jimmy Graham in New Orleans.
I just need to make him a wide receiver. Draft a tight end.
Maybe.
It's
Just,
not like he's a blocking tight end.
No,
they just
he's
need
not.
to rebuild their offense.
Yeah,
They
they need to
rebuild
start.
their
All right,
roster.
is Matt Ryan kind of like your? Is he in the same position that Stafford is in?
Yes, very much so.
Like Matt Ryan,
But I don't think he's
still a pretty good quarterback, but he's just.
I
got
don't think
a
he's going
terrible-
to do anywhere else what Stafford's doing in LA right
And
now.
Matt Ryan's like 5 years older than Stafford, I think.
And
So
he's
he doesn't have
really
a chance
gotten-
to start his career in another place for a few
He-
years.
he has.
He's that situation where if I go somewhere, it's got to be somewhere the roster's already kind of what Peyton Manning did, but not to the near
So he needs to
talent
go to
He
level.
didn't go to Denver. I mean, seriously.
No, he just needs to go somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, Denver's got a lot of good weapons.
They do.
Yeah.
And he's good now. He's also gotten beat up this year, man.
He
I
has.
mean, he's
He's gotten beat up.
I don't even like
Ever
Matt
since
Ryan.
they lost that Super Bowl,
He likes
that
Matt
team.
Ryan.
I love Matt Ryan. I don't like Denver.
He likes wearing his jersey that says his name on it.
I like totals. I do like Matt Ryan, though.
Yeah,
Where'd he go to school? Boston College.
Thank you. Where did he go to high school?
Ryan,
If you
I
know
don't
that, that's creepy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He went to Lakewood.
I
don't
you
know.
knew. You knew.
I
he
don't
was
know. I
gonna say
have no clue where Lakewood High School is.
I feel like we've talked about this before. If it's
What?
not Matt Ryan, it's Matt Stafford. Started. Oh yeah, his wife's name.
Didn't know his wife's name. I just knew that he played high
I
school.
knew his kids' names.
Yeah.
Me and Jake both knew that he played high school sports with Clayton Kershaw. And that was it.
Everybody know that.
Yeah, he didn't.
I don't care about their personal lives, man.
What have you done for me lately?
I am, dude. I am.
He went to William Penn Charter School in Philly.
I'm gonna take my tight end.
Okay.
I already took your tight end. I was waiting for JT to take a tight end.
I wasn't.
I already
finished
said I
out
was
that
taking
front
tight
door,
end.
and I'm getting
Jake,
my
who are you
Jeep
taking
in
to
front.
tight end?
Give me knots. Okay, so let's go to our flex matchup. We got Ezekiel Elliott already went 13.9 on Thanksgiving Day versus Terry McLaurin, who's projected right around the same at 13.35. Who you taking?
Possibility Aaron Jones goes in that spot.
If it's Aaron Jones, I'm going to take Zeke. If it's McLaurin, I think I'm going to take McLaurin.
I'm gonna take Zeke in that.
I'm taking bronze on either one because I feel like both of them's going to score a tutty down.
You ain't nothing to say about that.
No.
Tutty down.
Yeah, but you support me.
I supported you too.
I was sporting.
Nailed it.
I said McLaurin.
Yeah, but you were a dick about it.
How? It's because I would start McLaurin
How?
over Jones.
I would.
How? Take Zeke.
Man, I say it every week.
This is the worst.
This might be the
podcast.
worst.
Yeah, probably so.
What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, it's bad.
What if Jake did randomly just
The
show
problem
up?
is, he's gone further than I can go. Like, I'm not even that bad. I'm not going to sit here and whisper random shit.
He does it every week, though.
Every single week. I'm just usually talking to you.
Directly into the microphone.
I did that earlier
See,
about.
now you're doing it. Let's go to defense.
I did that about sexual harassment earlier in the workplace when Bryan was talking about my hiney.
I don't know, man. All right, defense. You got Chicago. Played Thursday, put up 8. You got Buffalo, who played Thursday, put up 15. Who you taking?
Taking
Buffalo.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to take Chicago.
You idiot.
So who we taking in this matchup? Dude, it's close, man. It's close.
It's close now. I don't think it ends up being close. I think Jake by 17.
Listen, I'm trying to go back and think who I took. I took your quarterback, took Jake's receivers, his running back, your tight end, your flex, your defense. I'm going to take Jake. Because I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have another good game. I think Joe Mixon is going to have a good game, and I think his receivers are going to play pretty well. If DeAndre Swift wouldn't have got hurt,
If Taylor's going to
Change
get
it.
shut down by any defense for the rest of the year, it's going to be Tampa.
well, who else they play? Doesn't matter, man.
Who did you
Doesn't
take?
matter.
I took Jake.
And who did Jake take?
Took me.
All right, so it's another split because I took Bryan as well because I have to catch up on JT, so I basically got to do contrarian picks.
Oh, okay. So how you feel about those?
Not great, but I was like, hey, what's the point in being close in second?
He's not supporting you. At least I'm honest about it.
I've done it twice, I think.
At least I'm honest.
Yeah, I picked against both of you fellas. Picked Rightmyer Bryan just for contrarians. I like your team, buddy. You got a good thing. But you made a stupid trade with me. How do you feel about it?
No, I didn't make a stupid trade with you. How
Do
many
you like that
Kelsey
trade?
going to put up this week? Yeah.
Okay.
How many is Kelsey going to put this week?
He's got a bye
on
week. So he knew the
How many is
answer.
Dawson Knox going to put up this week?
16.
Seems like he's doing all
16.7.
right.
Dawson Knox is good, man. I'll give it to you.
All right. Playoffs?
All right, let's look at the playoffs.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
No,
All right,
we're
so
there yet.
as it would
We got a couple more
stand
weeks.
right now, let's see. Can I pull up playoff bracket?
I don't know. How would it stand right now?
You would have the Battle of the Andrews with Scorp
Is
in
that the
first.
1-8?
Yeah, that's the 1A. Scorp versus Ransdale. Let's see, that's the 4-5. Magic Mike versus
Broach
I'm Immunized.
Michael.
Broach Michael. The 2-7 You got 3-6. Excuse me. You got turd sandwiches versus fantasy phenoms.
Don't want that. Do
Yeah,
not want that.
yeah.
That's why I've been trying to get to that 4-5 for the last 3
And
weeks.
then you would have Jordon in the 2-7.
I don't like that.
You should in the first round of the playoffs. You should definitely like
I
that.
I do beat him in the first round, but I feel like I played Jordon every year in the playoffs.
Yeah, because either one of y'all's in first and the other one's in eighth.
That's true.
That is true.
This year, we're 2-7.
Yes. Who else is 2-7?
2-9. Get it right.
That was a dick move. I'm clever.
If it stands this way, I think Scorp's got a pretty good path to the championship.
Well, yeah, number 1 seed usually does.
Yeah,
No, we don't.
Because
we don't reseed, do we? Or we just go straight bracket?
Straight bracket. So, because Ron, I do think.
Don't struggle about it, buddy.
I do think that your
lose in
team
the first
win
round.
healthy.
That matchup could be a good matchup.
Yeah, I do think your team win healthy. If you move up to that 4-5, I think that makes it a little bit tougher. I think I think Michael just hurt at running back.
Either way, you're seeing Jake in the first or Scorp in the second.
Yeah, but if it stays the way it is, if I was happen to beat Jake, I play you in the second. So either way, I've got 2 tough matchups right off the bat, or in the other one, I've got one slightly less tough, but an extremely tough one in the second.
Did he beat Scorp in the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Number 1 seed that loses a lot in the first round.
It's true. That happens quite often, actually.
Who was number 1 seed last year?
You, weren't you?
No, wasn't me. I was third.
Rightmyer?
No, I wasn't even third. I was like 5th.
Rightmyer?
No, Rightmyer wasn't number 1. I think it was Broach. Broach was number 1 seed.
Broach?
I think so. Well, he went all the way to championship. That's a bad example.
I was first 2 years ago, I think, lost first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I beat Jordon when he was first.
No, it might have been last year, because whatever year was the first year we didn't give money for regular season first place. Was that last year? Or was that 2 years ago?
It wasn't last year.
Okay, it was 2 years ago. I lost in the first round as a 1 seed.
Yeah, he played.
No. Do you? Is he sitting at this table? Is he staring deeply and intently into my eyes? All right, Bryan.
I can't help it, man. All right, so your path to the playoffs. You got to win that?
I gotta win 2 of 3. Andrew has to lose 2 of 3.
All right. Look at
And we
Andrew's
only have 3
remaining
left,
schedule.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that counting this week?
Yeah, count this
So
one.
12,
Because I've got
13, 14.
I've got the points edge on.
What's Andrew's remaining schedule?
Oh, his schedule is much better than mine.
I'll pull yours up.
So here's Rains. No, hold on, dude. Hold on.
Okay.
So here's Rains Diddy.
Don't even look on your phone.
He's got this week. He's got Broach. All right, why don't I go to matchup? That's what I'm
That'll probably tell you.
That's taking me to Jake's matchup.
Jeez.
Let's just do this. This makes much more sense. All right, so next week he's got Jordon. Okay.
That's not an easy matchup.
No, but I've got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, not
And
an
then
easy
week
matchup.
14, he's got Mikkel, and I've got Scorp.
Okay.
So-
if you finish with Jake,
Well, that's championship.
Oh, okay.
That's or not championship, but playoff. So
It is week 12.
He backloaded his schedule. You should have been racking up wins there at the beginning.
I randomized the schedule.
I know
You're a
you did.
victim of your own system.
I didn't create the system.
But you still are a victim.
No, I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I'm not like him.
He's a cult of personality. He's a Mussolini or whatever he said earlier.
Oh, I'm hurt. Take care of me. Victim of the system.
That's not what I did.
I'm immunized.
Turn and won a championship. 1-2.
He turned back around and turned the page.
Oh, you've only won 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was after I became a victim of the
That's
system.
cute.
That's cute.
Listen here, you commie.
Commie.
Who's trying to get in the playoffs and who's sitting pretty?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
If you don't win at all, then
Yeah,
You
what
win
do you
no
think
money.
about that, defending champion?
Well, he is a communist, probably a socialist too, so he thinks there shouldn't be winner and loser. Everybody should just win.
no, it's either first or last.
You chop up the trophy and give a little piece to everybody?
Yeah, that's what he wants
No,
to do.
either you're
Just
first
like
or
a
last.
Knight's Tale.
Yeah,
Oh,
either first
man.
or last. Either win or you lose.
So is Andrew your only path?
If he wins,
So there's
and
no
I lose this week, then it's over.
There's no other person that can drop out.
No, it's only Andrew.
Is anybody else clinched? Because I know me, Spirit.
I guess you could.
I can technically.
And
lose
Jordon
these
could.
3 weeks, right?
But I think y'all are both ahead of me in points, I believe. You and
I think I'm 4th in the league in points.
Jordana, y'all are both ahead of me in points. So I'm not going to catch y'all in points, so a tie wouldn't be any good. So that's why Andrew, I have to have him lose at least 2 of 3, and I have to win at least 2 of 3.
Okay.
Rightmyer still got a chance.
Yeah.
But Rain City has to drop all 3,
and you
Rightmyer has to win all 3. Because me and Rightmyer play each other this week, so
so if he wins, that technically means you lost, and y'all would be okay. Yeah.
And then I could still get in. But
So you and Rightmyer are just voting for an epic collapse from Andrew.
Yeah. I say epic collapse.
It's not a collapse. I mean, he just needs to lose out, basically.
He basically needs to lose out.
Yeah. I tried last week. It came down to Monday night.
Anybody else clinch?
I don't think so.
Your clinchers.
It might be Broach.
1 through 5. Scorp, Jake, Bryan, Broach, and Mikkel. And then this, I believe after this week, Ryan and Jordon will. Ryan and Jordon, I guess technically
we play each other. We play each other, so one of them would clinch.
Yeah, one of y'all will clinch. So 1 through 6 will all clinch.
Okay.
And again, depending on what happens between those matchups in 8v10 or 8 through 10, who knows? You could probably find out.
You might be able to figure out your matchup.
Yeah, you might find out this coming week who's in the playoffs, who's not. But fun season.
Yeah.
Fun season.
Best
podcast we've done so far without Jake, which I think this is the first one.
Yeah. You're the only one that had missed podcast, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you can.
I think you can.
I would love to hear y'all, man.
I want to hear Bryan host.
Let me ask you this: Who would host?
Who would host? Probably Ryan.
Yeah. Nah. It probably have to be Jake.
No, I definitely could.
I can't have that.
I would have to be the straight man.
I can't have that.
I hadn't done that either.
He ain't the straight man.
I can have that.
Oh, no. I might take a week off. I want to hear y'all.
Okay. We got to
So you're saying you don't listen to it when you're here?
How about we bring?
You don't listen to it when you're here?
What do you mean?
You said I would like to hear y'all, so you don't hear.
I'd like to hear y'all without me.
Oh,
Might be better, man. Might be better.
How about we bring Scorp in to host it?
I don't think he would want to host.
Yeah, he could do fine with that. I think he would do great with that.
I don't think he would want to.
I'll talk to him.
We asked. We said we want him to.
Take you a week off next year.
Your Raz Daddy back.
Next year? Oh, okay.
We got important shit. We can't be testing waters now.
Well, I will say this. If I am eliminated, it at least gives like a completely objective view of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because I've got no
dog in the fight. Yeah. But don't collude and just tank the.
Why would I?
You said I have no dog in the fight.
I don't. But
you still want to try to win.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing to tank for.
I know.
Which is why I like this league and why I'm kind of against
dynasties.
Part of me is interested in like keepers and dynasty, but part of me isn't because then again it makes each individual year I feel like less competitive. It makes it maybe more competitive over the long stretch.
Now I feel like if we did dynasty or keeper, we would have to do inverse standings, right, for draft order, or would we still randomize it?
I don't know because there's a lot of people play fantasy football in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So I think anything that we potentially have an idea about, we've got to do some off-season research on.
Yeah. And we'd have to announce that we were doing a dynasty draft or a keeper draft before the season we're actually going to start the keepers.
Yeah.
We can't just do it this year and say, hey, we're keeping from last year.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. But it is up for discussion. Everything's up for discussion.
Always. We're getting rid of those defenses next year. I was freaking close.
Yeah, you were. You succeeded.
I did until somebody had to turncoat me.
I had to, man.
Oh, Benedict Bryan.
Oh,
you can't get rid of defenses.
I agree.
You can't.
Well,
then get the NBA.
Okay.
I'm serious about that. It's not a joke.
You get
ain't no guess. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, well, I say when you get defense in the playoffs, but really everything's just a foul. You can't really play defense.
Right.
Which the NBA has been a lot better about their foul calls this year. It's actually been a little bit more enjoyable to watch the game.
LeBron even got ejected.
True.
Yeah.
Phoenix on 15-game win streak. Boom, baby.
Is that game? Did you figure out what time that game was tomorrow?
What game?
The Lakers Pistons.
9:00.
They play again already?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Is what's his name playing?
LeBron?
No, the other one. Isaiah
Stewart?
Yeah. He playing?
I think so. Unless they just randomly sit him out with an illness.
They will.
I told Bryan and Justin at work that he's going to randomly get COVID like a day before the game, so they sit out.
All right, we got any closing thoughts here?
No. It's going to be. I think we're going to have fun reviewing this next week.
I think so too.
A lot of close matchups.
Right. For everybody here at the Fantasy Football 5, -2. We wish you a happy belated Thanksgiving.
And an early
Christmas. Happy early Christmas. And we'll see you boys next week.
All right.